why when I go on Chrome, I don't even show my face because I'm not looking for like any like notoriety. I'm not looking for any like, credit or anything. I'm just trying to help people help themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I actually really like, I'm okay, just chilling in the background.
So
So I'm
what?
on Chrome. I don't even show my face because I'm not looking for like any boom. All right. So it looks like we on. All right. Am I on? Okay, perfect. All right, so it looks like we're are live on YouTube. Ooh, I love it. All right, so okay, what I was about to say. So an example. So with TD Ameritrade, the reason why I like TD Ameritrade a little bit better than Robinhood, or I like them both in a sense because they both serve their purpose. Robinhood only gives you 3 day trades in a 5 business day period. Meaning, if I buy something on Monday and I sell it also on Monday, that's one of my day trades. Now, that particular day trade doesn't become available to me until the next Monday because 5 business days have to elapse before that day trade unlocks and allows me to use it again. Now, the other 2 that I have, let's say that I want to day trade on 2 times on Tuesday. So now in that week, I have used all 3 of my day trades, 1 on Monday and 2 on Wednesday. Those other 2 don't become available until Tuesday, of course, of next week. Now, it gets dicey when you say, okay, I want to use a day trade on Monday, a day trade on Wednesday, and say a day trade on Friday. Granted, the one on Monday will be available on Monday, but of course, the one on Wednesday won't be available till Wednesday, and the one on Friday will not be available till the next Friday. And that's how you keep from your account from getting like frozen or going on like probation or something like that with Robinhood for doing day trading and not having $25,000 in your account, in your buying power. Now, of course, once we get our account up to there, you can do as much as you want. You can day trade all you want. Just says watch yourself. Of course, when you start getting below that amount, there may be a thing to where there's still a regulation of just 3 day trades. So I do set a goal, or I want to set a goal for everybody in the group to at some point in time, possibly even next year, we make our investments are so great and so consistent that we can be there next year. We will be there next year to where that's not a problem on Robinhood. Now, TD Ameritrade, the reason why I like TD Ameritrade, in my opinion, is because they allow me to have as many day trades as I want, but it is limited to the amount of money I start the day with, if that makes sense. Meaning, if my account of available spending is say $1,200, all that I can day trade with that day is $1,200. It doesn't matter if if on all my trades I profit and I'm able to turn my $1,200 account into a $3,000 account. I can't use that other 1,800 until it clears 24 hours later. I can only use the 1,200 that I started off the day with. And that's when you're doing contracts, because contracts, the system is buying it. There may not technically be a real buyer on the other end yet. That's a little coincidental that, not to saying that the space isn't really crowded and it's not a lot of people in here buying and selling at the same time. But for me to just think that every time I want to sell, there's always somebody there ready to buy it. I don't want to have that thought versus I know the system's buying it. And that's why the money hasn't settled yet, because they're looking for a buyer. The system doesn't want to hold on to the contracts. They're just buying it from you because it's a good contract. It has value. So they're going to buy it from you and then try and sell it to somebody else, you know? So that money has to clear on contracts. Now, I have seen some instance, maybe I was tripping or I was wrong, don't quote me, but I think I've experienced on TD Ameritrade, though, if you day trade with shares, and not contracts, meaning that you buy shares low and you sell them high, that money clears to my knowledge, so you can keep going and keep going as long as whatever you have in your buying power, to my knowledge. If the money clears that day with shares clear that day, then you can use whatever is available and has cleared. Contracts don't clear the same day majority of the time. They normally clear 24 hours. So if you make any profit off a contract and you're like, okay, boom, I want to use that and I want to get right back in and do something on the same day, you won't be able to. That's profit, and that profit right there hasn't cleared any clearing houses or whatever, whatever. So that money isn't available yet for you to trade with again. You have to wait. So that's why I like TD Ameritrade, and I like Robinhood. If sometimes I'll wait and I'll save my day trades because I'm waiting for a nice little spike, either up or down, and then I'll get in there on the contract and I'll get in there for a day and then I'll get out because I know I can, because I have 3 of them. So I may do that week, and that may be my, okay, you know what? I'm gonna chart out a couple of stocks and I'm gonna follow whether they're going up or down. It doesn't matter. It looks like they're definitely going in that direction. I'm gonna pick and I'm gonna do those particular 3, and I'm gonna try and make me a couple of $100 off those, or whatever I can make off of them, profit, whatever, and that's my strategy on Robinhood, because I know if I go past that, they're gonna hold my account. TD Ameritrade, sometimes if I want to get back in, and depending on my balance, I do, and until I have no more available spending because I may be doing contracts, then of course it cuts me off, which I sometimes look at it as a good thing. It's crazy as it sounds, I would like for the casino to tell me, hey, you can't spend any more today. Wait till tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. You can come back tomorrow. We're going to open the doors, I promise. Right at 9:30. You already know what time. You can be right in line. But we got to cut you off today because of how we set the money up, which I think is pretty cool in a sense, especially when you're starting out. And this space is very interesting and exciting. So that does something once you make profit to your emotions, which is a good thing. Like you want to feel great that you're doing good. I definitely feel great that I'm doing good. It's just controlling those emotions and controlling the emotions so you can control your ability to say no sometimes. But yeah, just a little piece of information. So I would definitely advise everybody also, because Robinhood, going through what they've been going through with the whole like GameStop situation or whatever, or the Wall Street bullies, I would definitely recommend people to get a TD Ameritrade. And also the good thing about TD Ameritrade, you can have multiple accounts. I have multiple accounts on TD Ameritrade, which is very cool. I got my kids an account, as a matter of fact, which is really cool, and I thought that was really cool. And because, like I said, they don't ask the age limit on there. So it's like, why not sign your kids up? And, I started a new thing to where, like I say, on Christmas, I don't buy Christmas gifts. I buy stocks for kids, and for nieces and cousins and stuff like that. And even a family member that I'm going to buy something for, I'm going to buy you some stock. My gift will be around next year, so, just trying to change the culture, just trying to change the culture, and just get us on something new, nothing wrong with what we've been doing, but, let's see if we can add some things to it, Grand rising to everybody listening to me rumble. I get to going early. I definitely appreciate everybody that's come in, and we're definitely live on Facebook again. Hopefully everybody has been able to watch the videos with no problem. please, email me and let me know if there's any issues with watching them. I did find out that for every new video that I add, I do have to individually add every email every time. So I want to stay on top of that. So I don't want to forget anybody's email. So let me know, just in case if anybody's having an issue with that. But before we get into just kind of doing a little bit more of a recap of the charts and the different buttons and things of that nature, I wanted to start, of course, by some questions and some feedback to see if anybody has any questions about anything.
I have a question if we could quickly fit in some time for it.
Yes, ma'am.
To my knowledge, I think Roblox is coming out onto the stock market within this month.
Who's that again? Say that name one more time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, my service is a little crappy, but to my knowledge, I heard Roblox is coming up to the market within this month.
I've heard of that. What is Roblox? Isn't that like something for like games for kids? It's like something for kids or something?
Yeah, kind of like I'm not too sure, like Minecraft or something like that, but I know a lot of these kids ask their parents for money for the Roblox.
To like add little like avatars or things to, I've heard of this. My brother talks about this with his, cause see, my kids are a little older. They're like teenagers, so they're not really, I guess they're not into it, so I really don't know anything about it. I think this is more for like a little bit younger kids, but yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah, go ahead, please continue.
Do you think it would be something wise to short invest into that company since it has like a large like market?
I would definitely agree. I would just, of course, tell you what I always tell you. Just look at the chart to see when's a good time to get in. A good asset is a good asset. We're all here because we're already good researchers. Like I say, I'm not here to teach you how to research. I already know you already know how to do that. I'm not even here to confirm your research. I'm actually just here to kind of say, hey, let's learn about these charts a little bit. So when we get in on whatever asset that we're going to invest in, we get in at a good time. And if we decide to get out because we don't want our money to go out, we know how to do that also. But yeah, of course, that sounds like a great idea. A great idea. I don't know what the ticker is. If you get the ticker for that when they come out, we can definitely look that up. And definitely IPOs are definitely little feeding frenzies, in my opinion, so you got to be careful because IPOs are like this, like all of this right here, like you see right here with Sundial. This is this crazy run up. That's how IPO is on the day. And the first couple of days, the asset is like dropped onto a market, especially if it's an asset that is really, really like been talked about and people can't wait for it. It's gonna, oh, even better. Let's do this. So you'll really see it. Let me add it to it. It's gonna really get overbought in a sense. So It's definitely gonna come down also. But if you know the date and you're able to do something like maybe also start a Webull account, and where Webull allows you to start buying shares of something at 4 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, I know we stay in all different time zones, so whatever your time zone equates to that Eastern time, you'll be able to start buying at that particular time versus waiting on TD Ameritrade. Now, TD Ameritrade doesn't necessarily, to my knowledge, allow you to start buying anything, I think, until at least like 9 o'clock or 9:30. Definitely contracts, but shares possibly before 9. I've never done it, so I can't lie to say that it is or it doesn't. I don't want to act like I know, but I definitely haven't heard of them allowing people to buy shares at 4 a.m. But I have heard of Webull allowing people to do that. So just think about that as far as maybe getting in on some shares, because when assets IPO, they normally don't have contracts. They only have shares, so you can only make money as it's going up. But because we're having this class and this workshop, we also know that, hey, when it goes up crazy like that, it's going to come back down. So why not, of course, get in at a good rate when it first comes out, watch the chart, watch it go up crazy. And then after you see that you start getting to where you're not getting any more wicks and you're not getting the next candle trying to hit that wick, that's a clear indication that an asset is about to come down. And then once that happens, you just sell and then just wait for that asset to come down to get where it's really supposed to be as far as like what's its real price for its financial sheets. And then you just get back in, in my opinion. Oh, no problem. But that's a great one to bring up. Can you put that also in the chat? So if anybody else is interested about the roadblocks or could be interested about it, it'll be something that's at least in the chat and other people can kind of get that good information also. That'll be pretty cool if you can do that. Thank you, Mrs. Currency, because I've heard of that before. My brother was talking about it. He was like, every time he turns around, his son is like, hey, I need to get this roadblock or get this roadblock. I need you to put money. He's like, every time I turn around, he's like, I got to put money on my phone or I got to do this to buy something. Like, all right, okay, right. So I don't know, I don't knock it, but, I don't know about it. But, but yes, definitely. Any other great questions?
Yeah, I have one. I sent you an email. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it.
I did look before the class, but if you kind of recently just sent it to me, maybe I missed it.
Yesterday.
It was yesterday?
Yeah. You might not have got it. I don't know.
I don't think I got. What time? Because I'm looking at all my yesterdays. I'm looking at yesterday emails. My yesterdays. That's too funny. I don't see. Okay, hold on. I see you right here. Yep. The Gullah. Let me see. Gullah game tokens.
Yeah.
Space.
I didn't know if you or your brother may have heard about it.
I'm considering by the node. I appreciate the feedback. Okay, perfect. Let me see. I don't, I would like to first always say I don't know before I say I know. Well, if I do that, that always gives me a little wiggle room,
Well, you mentioned that your brother is into the gaming, so I didn't know.
Okay.
I figured if I sent it to you, you might have let him look at that.
And you say it was Gullah game.
Yeah.
Node. You want to get the node,
Yep.
not I know because I see token, but I think it could node and token probably could be the same thing. Let's see.
No, they're two different things.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly, but Gilla Game nodes help to secure the Gilla Game network. As a node operator, you will receive points in daily distribution, which are items and Gilla which have been added to your treasure chest and are awaiting minting. This is one of the best ways to support the Gilla Games projects. I'm a visual person, so I'm like, well, let me see also. I mean, the gaming space is going to be humongous. So, I know this. And are they going to be partnering up with Uniswap? I see Uniswap as a picture on here.
I believe there's a few major companies that are going to be a part of this. And for what my limited understanding was and this is more or less down the road. I don't know if it's going to be later this spring or in the summer or whatever, but as more of the world gets access to the internet.
Right, of course. Which is happening with phones.
Right. So promoting with the game playing, you want as many people, I guess I'm explaining it right. You want as many people playing it, but you get rewarded the more people play these games.
Right. No, listen, I definitely heard I was listening to they used the word node and operator and minting. Those words really stuck out to me and everything that I was reading. But go ahead, please continue. Also,
that's the limited understanding that I have. So if you're the node holder, it's I guess it's similar to them using your platform, and you get paid with the
right. I mean, yeah. The node is like if you're able, of course, you yourself, that's the beauty thing. You don't have to do anything to operate the node. You just got to purchase it and receive benefits from it. But I think it's similar to what we were talking about as far as like nodes are like the people who watch the money, are in control of the money, or make sure or watch over all the transactions. And if they're going to tokenize that portion of it also, and also provide a coin, and you know what I'm saying? Like they got nodes, tokens, and coins. Like if it's something that's growing and it's in, like we would say, an upward trend, by all means, I definitely, hey, and if it's affordable, I mean, like, why not? Definitely why not? Especially if you're doing your due diligence. If you're doing your due diligence on it and you looked at the numbers, you look at what they're doing now, you see where we're kind of leaning towards this computer age, this super, gaming age. So like, is this in this kind of realm a little bit or field? Yes, it kind of is, but this is the thing to where like, okay, how about I just buy one of the nodes that's going to be controlling the entire system to allow it to operate? Yeah, it sounds like you're buying control. The tokenized control now.
Yeah, it's all associated with the cryptocurrencies in terms of the blockchain.
Right.
And things are going to be tokenized at some point in the future anyway.
Right. That's what they're doing right now with the Wall Street bully situation. So they can tokenize and put all the stocks on blockchain. It's the Hungarian dialect being played right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut your wisdom, brother.
No, that's it. So that's my limited understanding. Of course, I'm going to do more, but I didn't know if you had heard about this or your brother, and y'all had some dialogue about it.
I haven't, but I have now, which that's what I love. That's why I love having intelligent people around me, because they're going to say things that I wasn't necessarily thinking. We don't have time as individuals to think of everything, and be smart and good at everything. So when you have a team of individuals around you, and this team has different interests, different things that they like, different things that they like to get involved with, it's a wonderful thing. I don't necessarily have to know much about this, but know that you're into it and you brought it to my attention and you've done your due diligence like you've done with other things. And now I just need to watch the chart, which is a beautiful thing. And we all can feed off that particular information, like what Miss Currency was just bringing up with the roadblocks, stuff like that. Like all this information is really, really good and can be very useful. We just got to find ways to put it to use. And I appreciate you sharing, because I didn't know anything about this in a sense. Like I said, because my kids are a little older, so these type of things I'm not, I guess, into anymore. So this stuff is going like way over my head. I know it's out there, but I just don't have knowledge of it and experience. So like, I appreciate you bringing it to me. So now I do know. So yeah, definitely gonna be looking out for this, because we already know like kid things can really, really kind of like soar and take off. We just got to be careful, because our kids, as they grow older, our kids are very trendy. It's something to be really cool, and then it won't be cool. Like right now, Care Bears, when I was growing up, the girls really like Care Bears, but girls now, I don't know if Care Bears is still popping like that as far as with young girls. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that toys are great, and it's great to ride a wave of a toy. Just understand, if this toy isn't able to reinvent itself and stand the test of time, as time changes and things change, at some point in time, you can still be having your money in a dying asset, in my opinion, of just living life and seeing all the different toys, looking at these 2 new toys that were just brought to me that I had no idea of, because that's what it is with toys. It's it's that particular industry. It's one of those industries you definitely want to try and always get in at the floor, and you definitely want to just watch it, because something can come out real quick to where you find out that this toy has some kind of illicit or sexual thing that it kind of does or glitch that like, oh, and now parents aren't using it anymore. You know, like they found a couple of like baby dolls like that and stuff like that. So you just gotta just be careful. It's definitely like all things, I say all things we can make money off of. We just gotta be careful. We gotta really be honest with, you know, how this thing makes money. Is this thing a season in, season out type of thing that makes money? Is this thing a trendy thing? Or is this thing that's gonna stand the test of time? You know, stuff like that. So definitely I would always say go get the money. If you're going to get money, just always be careful and be honest with what you're putting your money into, and don't try and make it more than what it really is. You know, that's just an honest statement about me, you know. But yes, definitely I like this. Looks like decentralized gaming pioneer. Let's see. All right, so I like this. I definitely like this. So we're gonna put that down. If you can put that in the chat, my brother, so other people can take advantage of this also, man, that would be really cool, because I appreciate you sending me that. I definitely want to, you know what it was? You sent it to me right at 1. And I talking about as soon as I got on, me and Crumb, we went, I think we kind of got on around that time. I was talking like right before. So that's why I missed it. So I'm sorry, my brother, I did not respond earlier. But definitely, I like that. I appreciate that. And I'm glad that I have that in my email now. So I have that kind of like timestamped or whatnot. But definitely put that in the chat so other people could take advantage of that. Anything else? You know, any other questions? Anything else to bring up?
I do have a question.
All right.
What are nods?
No, I think you could listen. You could be pronouncing them correctly.
Sorry, I definitely
Listen,
not.
I am never the I am never the person to say, well, hey, you could be pronouncing that incorrect, because I am not. Okay, so let's see. I don't think this is the one that we're looking for. Let's see.
Is it the same as the master node we went over?
Yes, but there because let's see if there's a difference between a node and a master node. You know, did they just throw that word in front of it for no reason, or is there a reason for it? You know. Okay, so all right. So let's see. I'm probably gonna really mess this up, but I'm gonna do my best. All right. A master node is a node which controls and manages a set of worker nodes. So, okay, so it is a node, however that's pronounced. Yeah. It is that in a sense, but it does sound like it controls and manages a set of worker nodes. So I think the regular nodes are just workers, but there is a master node that controls them and makes them do what probably all of them do. But it's just space. I mean, you know, we see the word master over there, and we see the word work going on. So, you know, we know what the master slave complex is. So, you know, they do the same thing. Just one is just over the other.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And there's a lot going on in here. Like, let me see. It says workloads, runtimes, resembles a cluster in Gibernates.
Yep.
Cube controller manager which runs a set of controllers for the running cluster. The controller manager implements governance across the cluster. I'm assuming that's etc. The cluster states database. So, like I say, and it's a lot of like really big words to just say. It really, I like to look at the keywords. The keywords for me was governance, which means that they're going to control. So the master node is going to control, of course, the regular nodes or the worker nodes, and the worker nodes are going to control the system to make sure that the system runs smoothly. So there is, you know what I'm saying? So whatever transactions, whatever needs to take place, whatever's going on that needs to be done, that's what the nodes are going to do to make sure that the system's running smoothly so people can transact or people can play the game or whatever the nodes are going to be attached to a system. But of course, there's going to be other master nodes that are going to be overseeing them to make sure that they're doing their job, you know, and managing them, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Let me see if there's any images. Because I know it's like, well, what is it? What does it do? It's like,
Can I add value
please,
to the
please.
conversation? Actually, you explained it very well, but that's how a cryptocurrency is decentralized, because the nodes make it not a central one specific place or one specific person that's doing, or they can one person or one
controlling it
institution
and
can control it. If you have a bunch of nodes, your nodes make it decentralized, so it's never one person that's controlling it.
Right. Even though you notice the nodes got master nodes, so the master nodes at any point in time could step in.
It's like a check and balance system. So I'm gonna check and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Right. And then I'm pretty sure it's somebody that's checking, making sure the master nodes is doing what they supposed to do.
Right. You know, what just scares me is if, say, hey, me, a person who has, you know, a decent amount of money, could I buy the master nodes? Or is there a cap on me buying a certain amount to where I don't monopolize that to basically turn around and control?
Yeah, because once you set up a master node, I don't think you can set up another one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But
because master nodes can be purchased, because that's what I purchased in the WAP coin, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I just bought the biggest part that I could, and I'm just watching it. I still don't know.
Yeah, it makes you a bigger player in the game, though.
Yeah.
Right. It definitely does, you know. Like,
and once that coin starts to rise, you know what I'm saying, you'll see a big gain on your side.
And it sounds like because you own this particular thing, you just make money because transactions are going on.
Yes.
It's almost like mining in a sense.
And
Or
so then every day, maybe 3-4 times a day, there's more coins being put into my WAP wallet, but I don't even understand that either. But that's
hey, don't. Try not to understand that part. Just enjoy it.
It's exactly what Mr. Prophet said. Every time somebody makes a transaction, because Guap coin it's growing, but it's not super big. So it might not be a lot of master nodes. So you might be just benefiting, and the more that it picks up, the more that, you know, coins are going to drop into your situation.
Right.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Are at the ground level and developing, so we'll see.
No, definitely. Like I say, definitely. Am I spelling it right? GWAP? Guap coin?
I think it's GUAP.
GU? Okay. Thank you. Please keep me honest. Okay, so yeah, this particular coin right here that they're talking about, just the Guap coin founder. There we go. Got some melanin in the building. There we go. System. So, all right. And see, that's the thing. That's the other thing that, guess what? I was just telling my buddy about yesterday. And I said, you know, if we had enough money, we can actually get a bit license. Like, what do you mean? It's like, if we want to, we can get our own cryptocurrency. Just buy a bit license. Right.
I think what would be good for you, Mr. Prophet, is get with somebody that can create an AI and put all them indicators on there, and then let the AI get all the indicators.
There you go. Yeah, they got those systems out there now. Those I think they're called like the meta traders. I actually have one, believe it or not, and I don't even use it.
Really?
Yeah, they have those systems to where like you got bots or whatever,
And you can add the indicators.
Right, you can, well, it's almost like a stop loss almost, but it's just the bots really doing all the trading. No different than I don't want to say no different, maybe a little bit more sophisticated, but it's the same thing as far as I can set up this bot to trade for me and buy and sell and do all that. And I can literally walk away, and I think I could set it to do multiple trades, you know, to where sometimes with stop losses, you only have the ability to put one in until it goes. And then once it goes, I don't know if you can put another one in right afterwards, because the system could just be set for that one. Versus with this bot, I think the bot, you can set up multiple buys and sells to where you can literally walk away and just come back maybe a day or so later, and you probably done made you a nice little piece of change, because the bot has literally bought all the ups and downs throughout the day that a stock does. The bot made money going down for you, you sell it. The bot made money going up for you, sell it, back down, up, you know, like just constantly making money all day. So that particular method is out there and people are doing it. And I definitely congratulate them for it. I haven't gotten that technical, and I kind of like, I'm hands-on, so I want to get this experience. I don't want to be like I bought a bot and the bot's really making all my money, and I'm around here really acting like I'm a real true trader or whatnot, or I really know what's going on. And not to say that a person who has a bot does it, they may actually really know. That's how they're probably able to use the bot. I just really want to get that experience so I can understand what's going on. So I may be using the bot next year, who knows? But you know.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I mean, it makes sense, but I never thought that stop loss. Yeah, everything is controlled by AI, even the whole Wall Street system. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely that. All right, so let's see what's going on. All right, let's kind of see what's going on. All right, let's see. So I like that. Definitely some good information. I would definitely, if somebody can also put the nodes also in the chat, I think the master node and the nodes is definitely a good investment. Why not make money? Why not spend money one time and just constantly make money off that one investment, and technically not have to really reinvest, because it kind of compounds on its own by you making the initial investment. So I think anytime, that's always a great thing. When you can get that going. So as far as that and any information on that, you definitely got, you know, if you're looking for my blessing, definitely. You know, definitely. Let's just kind of do a little recap on yesterday and going over the charts and just how to use the chart and all the different buttons. I don't necessarily think we need to spend as much time as we did yesterday, because I really think we literally spent I literally put the name of the last video, tradingview.com tutorial for beginners, because we literally spent, 3 hours, 4 hours talking about each button, even the ones we didn't know about. So I think we really hit home on that, which is good. And I hope that made people a little bit more comfortable. And of course, you can always go back and watch that video time and time again to get a better understanding of the charts. But just want to make sure we understand that we want to add any form of a drawing. It's going to be on this side over here. This is our drawing side to the left right here from top to bottom. And if we want to hide any of our drawings, as you can see, I have them up here right now. I can hit this eyeball and it'll go ahead and take that away. If I wanted to get rid of all of my drawings, I can hit the trash button. If I wanted to critique and get rid of certain things, I can pick those certain things by clicking on the arrow tab on the side and then selecting whichever one I want. And of course, as you'll see, majority of these selections also have the arrow tab on the side. Go through it, click on it, see what it says, see what it does. Let's at least let your eyes peek over there and see what's going on. See all the different options that you have for all the different things. Click on there, see what's going on. Use some of it just to see how it works, things of that nature. And if you really like it, depending on how much the free subscription will allow you to, add a star next to it so you can create your at least a little toolbar. I think I was able to at least get like 2 up there or maybe 3. So just keep that in mind. So I definitely did add some. And like I say, do that just so you can get real familiar and you start finding little shortcuts to, instead of going over here for your favorite things, put that star on there so you can have your favorite thing right here, create a little toolbar. And once you create that toolbar, you don't always have to go over here to click over here to do what you want to do and put in your drawings. You can go right to your toolbar and use the ones that you use the most and grab those and put them up here. And it's just a little bit faster, just a little bit faster. And of course, this little toolbar right here, it's very portable or whatnot, or it's movable. And I want to say these dots right here on the side, when I grab those, it allows me to move it anywhere I want to, like pretty much anywhere I want to. So I try and sometimes put it at the top up here, kind of out of my way. So just in case if I want to look at anything right here, I have that space to do so. Or I may, if I don't have the Zoom meeting toolbar at the bottom, I may, okay, let's see, put that right there. Okay. I may put it down here at the bottom sometimes in this little space where there's kind of really nothing at, just to kind of have it out the way. And maybe looking at an asset way up here if I need to or whatnot, and using this free chart or whatnot, a free space on the chart. So, you know, just keep that in mind, that your toolbar right here, once you put stars by any of these particular areas over here, it's going to create a small toolbar. And of course, all you have to do is click on whatever you click on. And when you'll know when you've clicked on it, this particular extra toolbar for this particular setting will now come into play and allow you to make changes to however you would like to. So just keep that in mind. If you wanted to do a left-ended line, you can come over here. It looks like it has the little period and it's on the end, or it has an arrow on the end, or it has 2 periods right here. And that's if you want to do a left one. If you wanted to do a right end, it would have the right, it would have the period on the right or the arrow on the right, or it have 2 periods right here on the left going in the right direction, looks like. So just keep that in mind. You have options. And this lets you know that this is, like I say, activated. And now to let you know that you've used it and it's still activated even after being used, you'll have now a trash button. You'll have a remove, you'll have a hide button, you'll have a lock button, you'll have a copy clone button, you'll have a visual order button, you'll have an alert button, you know, you'll have a settings button. It just adds on to this right here. This already came about once you activate it by clicking here. But now once you really click on it and you make your points, like, okay, boom, I want to put it there. It's going to add a settings and all these extra buttons right here to give you some more features. Does everybody kind of understand that?
Yes.
Yes. Real good understanding of your toolbar, the one that they give you right here, and how to use it. So of course, once I say, okay, you know what, I don't want to change anything. I like everything how it is. All I need to do now to remove these 2 circles right here from the top is just click anywhere other than here or here. And then now they remove. Y'all see that? So just so you understand, so you're not getting frustrated, because sometimes using these can be a little frustrating. You're like, man, I want to move you right here, and then I want to move you right here. And sometimes, you know, they just don't always react as fast and as quick as we want to. So as you can see, there's different ways to move it. You can move it at the point by moving it up and down, of course, putting it here. You can move it and put it here at this point. Or you can be like, you know what, I want to take this, I like this angle, and I want to move it and keep that same angle and that same length and just move it over here. And you would do that by clicking on it, any part of it, not necessarily the middle. I think you can also click, you know, over here in this area, even over here. But once you start clicking the actual dots or circles, it's going to now give you the opportunity to now move the length of it, shorten it, of course, widen it, change the angle, whatever. So I just want to make sure, I know this is a little redundant, but sometimes I like to, just to make sure that if there was any small, simple questions out there about this, people have that information and understand how it works, and they're not like feeling like, so this is how it works. This is how you move it. And of course, once you activate it and move it, it will bring the settings back up. Everybody kind of understanding that?
Yes.
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 Tell me if not, because like I say, I really want to go hard today and tomorrow. And depending on the feedback and the response from today will determine, you know, if we really, okay, hey, I want to get a couple of people to share screen. Of course, I'll go with volunteers first. But at some point in time, you know, if you're telling me that you're not at work and you're on a desktop or at least a laptop, you know, if you're on a laptop, desktop, or a tablet and you're not at work, I'm gonna kind of like say, hey, let's get you to do something. Let's get you to participate. Let's get you to share screen. If you're at work, if you're doing something and you don't really have your hands and you're busy, but you are paying attention and you're listening, I don't want to necessarily stop you from doing, because I understand that the space is also created for us to be able to listen while we also do other things. So, you know, I also understand that, and I don't want to create any like riff or anything, or, you know, make the energy weird by trying to force somebody to do something. I just really do want to make sure that we understand that I can't move your chart for you at your house. You know, I can't set up your trend lines for you and all the things that you want to invest in. Eventually, you're going to have to do that. And it would be nice if you did it in front of me. So if I see some things that we can work on, we can say it, we can understand it, and we can work on it. And then when you get to the house, you can get better practice of those things that we worked on, so we can get better versus, you know, we're not really getting that one-on-one also when it comes to the hands-on part of it, because it's not difficult, but it's new. And sometimes it can be intimidating with all the buttons, and it's attached to money. So we're like, I don't want to mess up, you know what I'm saying? Versus, hey, mess up, you know, mess up. At the end of the day, you know, you can always come back and hit the undo button. Like right now, I can hit my trash button right now, and I just got rid of everything. And then I can go hit my undo button and bring it right back. So because I know that I have an undo button and I have a redo button, my confidence is a little higher now when I'm in this space and I'm touching these buttons, because I always know that I can always hit the undo button a couple of times going backwards, you know, to undo whatever. Like I done made 3-4 mistakes, like 5 mistakes. Let me hit that undo button 5 times then, 4 times, you know, and I want us to understand that, so it makes us comfortable here. So we're not worrying about, oh, dang, I just hit this button. Oh, dang, I just hit that button. Okay, so what? Hit the undo button, you know, go back, you know, start over. If you need to, hit the reset button up here at the top, or the refresh button at the top. So it just refreshes everything for you. Sometimes, hey, I hit the close button for TradingView and I shut it all the way down because no, it ain't working for me right now. You know, let me shut you down. You tripping. It could be the system. The system you tripping. TradingView is in my opinion, one of the most used platforms when it comes to charts. So a lot of people are on these particular charts. So they're giving out a lot of real time. So that can bog down the system also. So we have to keep that in mind. So, but yeah, we feel a little bit more comfortable about the left drawing side, right?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's what's up. The top part, just to kind of touch on it one more time. Anytime we want to bring up any asset, of course, we just want to hit the symbol search, come in here and type it up, whatever it is, it'll pop up no matter what it is. You know, let me check on Apple real quick. Hey, y'all know I'm Mr. Profit now. Y'all know I'm Mr. Profit, and you know I got contracts in. Straight up. So I can come over here and I can look at Apple. Boom. See what's going on. Any asset, foreign exchange, cryptocurrency, stock, doesn't matter. If it is attached to a chart, TradingView normally has it. You know, they're really good about pretty much having everything. Even sometimes a lot of paper stocks or companies that you trade with paper than actually being on an open exchange because their price isn't high enough. You have to actually be over $1 for a certain amount of time to be considered to be on an exchange and stay on an exchange. And you got to keep that amount for a certain amount of time to stay on the exchange, or they'll delist you off the exchange. So even the delisted assets that aren't necessarily on, say, Robinhood, or aren't necessarily on maybe TD Ameritrade, or if you go on the Webull or whatever one you're on, you'll find a asset somebody's going to bring up one day that may not be on that particular exchange, but it's on another one. There's like a really good chance that TradingView has a chart for it in candles, which is crazy. So that's why it's really, really used by a lot of people. Even when I watch other people's charts and I watch videos on YouTube, I always see which chart they're using, which platform, and I always see TradingView. So that's why I like TradingView in a sense. So let's see. All right, so I just wanted to bring that up. The time frames, of course, we understand that our time intervals are it's going to be the button right after our symbol search. I, of course, have added stars to all of these. That's why I have buttons for them all. But of course, if I remove the stars, it'll just give me one selection. If you're in that particular situation to where all you have is that one button because you haven't put in stars next to it, don't worry about it. Don't fret. You know, you can definitely still be profitable and operate this particular space by just having that one button. You know, you don't have to necessarily add all those things. You know, it's yours. You know, just know that you can. If you decide to click on this button and you look to the side, they have the stars right there. So this is what it may look like until you start adding it. And you know what to do. Same thing with the candles. You know, you can add the stars next to it and it'll add a button for all the stars that you have. If you take away the buttons, it'll just look like this, you know. Most likely it'll look like this. It may start off with a line, so you may just see that. It may start off with an area, so you may see that, but it is going to be the button right after your time interval button. So just keep that in mind. All right, and of course, right here we have our compare button. If I want to look at two different assets or two different stocks, or if I want to compare crypto to a stock, I can literally put in a stock first, and then I can hit the compare button like right here, and then I can type in like, let's say Bitcoin, you know, BTUSD. Okay, and now I got Apple and Bitcoin right next to each other, you know, right next to each other, using the same dates right here. So, you know,
Now, how did you do that again? You
I hit
already
the
have
compare button.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it away, and then I hit the compare button. This is this button right here with a circle and a plus.
Yeah.
See, when I hover over it, it says compare or add symbol. When I click on that, it gives me basically a compare symbol search, no different than that. It's just I'm comparing, and then I can click on anything. It doesn't have to be a stock to a stock. It doesn't have to be a crypto to a crypto. It can be anything that is on TradingView that has a chart related to it. You can compare it to anything else that's on TradingView that has a chart to it. I'll keep that statement that simple, you know. And like I say, I have Apple right here in candles. I have Bitcoin right here in a line. And of course, we found out yesterday that I can change that to where I think Bitcoin could be in candles. And let me find that out. Oh, here we go. Yep. Boop. And now I can have Bitcoin's in candles. Bitcoin is its money kind of and its volume kind of comes into it a little different than Apple. Apple's is a little bit more, the candlesticks are a little bit more consistent in a sense. But as far as me being able to have both of them on here at the same time, I can do that and I compare and I can see, are they on the same trajectory or are they on totally different trajectories? Are they trading the same? So this is real good when you get that asset that you say, okay, well, hey, I like Apple, but Apple's kind of expensive for me right now at 135, and I want to get 100 shares of them. I want to compound my assets, you know, as much as possible, but they're a little expensive. What's another smaller company that runs with Apple? And what you want to do is you want to compare them like such and see if they're on similar trajectories. If they are, then you're like, okay, cool, perfect. I can get in this company that costs maybe $10 a share to where I can get 100 of those, and that'll just be $1,000 versus me trying to come up right now with $13,000, $13,500 really, you know, and I can compare them also, and I can be like, okay, boom, perfect. When Apple go up, this one go up, and when Apple go down, this one go down. So whatever my strategy is, I can compare it to Apple because this stock, this asset runs with Apple. And I'm just using Apple as an example right now with Bitcoin. I am not saying that they actually run together, but I'm using it as an example of what this tool right here, the compare button, can be kind of used for, in my opinion. So, ooh, Sundial, I like you. I see you. I see you, Sundial. I see you. Forgive me, y'all. Okay, so of course the next thing is our F.
When you're finished.
Say that again, ma'am.
Can we go back to Sundial when you finish?
We can go to Sundial now.
Oh, because I didn't get in yesterday.
Uh-oh. That's, hey, listen, it'll be here tomorrow. It'll be here tomorrow. I promise. It will be
well,
here.
It just went down some more. It's cheaper than
definitely.
Yesterday afternoon.
Definitely. I definitely think it's gonna, in my opinion, as we, you know, break it down a little bit more, I'll add a couple of little more time frames to it.
Again, I'm wondering when to get in, and I should have.
I know it's it's weird. The only reason why I say it's weird is because like it's one of those things like sometimes you won't always be able to catch the floor or something. So I'm going to hide all my drawings. And as we can see, the asset over here was on a downtrend, but has worked its way and turned up and now starting to be on a uptrend. If you didn't catch it down here, you didn't catch it on a downtrend. You know, it's all on where you got in. I actually did get in at Sundial around about 17 cents, 16 cents. I've seen it as it actually has grown to where it's at right now, which is amazing to do. But it is on the uptrend, and we know that with using the EMA 20, 50, 100, 200, and let's hide it by hitting the eyeball. And then now we see, I'm sorry, not that, but let's hide the actual candlesticks. And now we see by using how we have this set up to where blue on top and red on the bottom means that the asset is on an uptrend. If red is on the top and blue is at the bottom, that means this asset is on the downtrend. So this asset right now showing with the blue, let me see if I can make it a little bit darker so they're kind of thin. And clicking on that line is how you make them darker. And forgive my, let me put it right here real quick. And click over here, thickness. And then of course hit okay. And then now it's just a little bit thicker so everybody can see it. And as we can see at this turning point right here, when the blue line started to cross over, and then it was acting as if it was ready to really, really, really start being on the uptrend, and got to this red line and came back down. So it wasn't really till it got at this point right here that it was really like, okay, you know what? We're on the uptrend now. So, but as you can see with this asset, just paying attention to this indicator, this asset likes to do this. If we kind of, I'm gonna make the blue line just a little thicker than the red line real quick so we can really see it.
Blue on the top is an uptrend, or blue on the bottom is an uptrend?
Well, this is how to simplify it, because you may have different colors and you can change your colors. Whichever plot you decide to have at the top, whatever that color is, this plot right here indicates that it's on the uptrend. So whatever color you make this to be, that indicates that it's on the uptrend. And all these colors must follow in suit for it to be exactly on the uptrend. If this particular plot color is at the top, you are on a downtrend. And if all these follow suit to where this is on top, this is right under it, and this is right under it, and this one is right at the bottom, this is definitely you're under a downtrend, which if we look now right over here, like I say, if that bottom plot, which right now is represented by a red color, if that's on top, you're on a downtrend. And the asset, of course, was on a downtrend right here. And like I say, with this same plot, if you have whatever color at the top, if this plot and this color are at the top, then that's indicating that you're on the uptrend. To kind of simplify it, does that make sense?
Oh, that was excellent. How you explain that.
You know, and that's too. So I don't want to set you up to where you're like, oh, my colors got to be this. No, they don't. Whatever colors resonate with you, put them there and represent that. But just know how this indicator is set up, that whatever plot is at the top and whatever color you choose, that's indicating that it's an uptrend. So we'll do it like that. So, okay, so right here, I made the blue line a little thicker. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more just so we can really see it, to where even here, do we see this kind of like creating these like, I don't want to say like shark fins, but just these little triangles. It's going up, but then coming back down, right? You see that, this blue?
Okay.
Y'all see that right here, this blue right here, where it comes up and comes right back down? Let's see if I can.
Can I see it with the background being in white as opposed to black? Just want to see the contrast.
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's a little bit better to really kind of see it, what I'm trying to bring out and trying to show to you is that this asset has shown a pattern of creating these, triangles in a sense, right? And we just had this asset. Say that again.
Which is a bull flag.
I mean, if you look at the blue line, yeah, technically it is. Technically it is, starting with this point right here, working its way down and shooting back up. Shot up right here, used the same pole, shot down a little bit, worked his way back up, came down a little bit, worked his way back up. So it kind of is. So now are we seeing, like, do we kind of see this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is why, that's why I had my brother just ask me, man, I keep hearing you've been talking about sundown for the last couple of months, man. And I see it. I'm like, yeah, it's like, man, I'm ready to get in. I'm like, well, hey, hold on. I understand you want to get in. I want you to get in, but let's create a strategy, because we can buy shares, which means we only make money going up. And if we get in right now, it's kind of only really going down. So I don't know if that's something that you're willing to stomach right now, right at the beginning, investing in something, and your first couple of experiences is that you're losing money on your investment. And then you come to me and be like, well, damn, you told me about sundown. I did, but I didn't tell you to get in right then.
But what when it only goes up? What maybe like it will only be higher and higher and higher? That's
It
also
will, but you got to understand, when you're new to something, you don't necessarily know that. All you know is what you know, and what you see is that your money, you just lost money, and you know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and once again, if a person hasn't come in with their emotions in the right place, it'll be one of those things to where it's like, hey, what's going on? You said this, that, and the third. I did. But it's a little bit more to it than just putting your money in. Of course, eventually, even if this person got in up here, I think Sundial's going to keep riding this wave and keep doing that. So eventually they'll get back in the profit if they're patient. But then that's just if they're patient. It's tough being patient when you right off the bat lose.
Yeah.
It's tough for the average person. So, to try and avoid that, this is why we have these particular classes. So this is what, in my opinion, Sundial is doing and what is about to do. This is why I'm doing my best right now to make money off of Sundial going down, not going up. Hence, I have on TD Ameritrade, I have contracts for puts. Puts mean going down, not going up.
Yeah.
So that's the way that I'm trying to make money off this particular asset now, because this asset, in my opinion, isn't really going up and just trending up. It's just going up, creating lower highs. If we bring the asset back, it's just creating lower highs.
Yeah.
It's
And
not actually going higher than here. It's going down to here, then going down to here. So, in my opinion, it's going to work its way back down. So I just wanted to make sure we understood that and understand these indicators, understand how to use them, understand if we hover over here, we can hide it by using the eyeball. Understand there's a more button, there's more information over here, more things that we can learn to use and add to it. I don't want to limit us just because you don't see me use it. There's more information.
Now, Mr. Prophet, you already took your profit from this already, right? Sundown? And you
Yes,
just wait to get back in at another point?
Oh, no, I'm in right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm in right now, but remember I say there's 3 ways to make money in stocks when we're trading stocks. There is buying a stock and holding it and it goes up and we make money. That's one way.
That's what you did first, right?
I bought.
Because you say you got it like at 16 cents or something.
Right. You are correct.
Okay.
But I actually did the second thing I was going to bring up, which is I bought contracts for a call.
Oh, okay.
Call contract.
Okay.
So with the call contract, I also only make money with it going up. Also, I just didn't have to buy the shares.
I see.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Smart. Okay.
the third way is a put contract. A put contract is also not buying shares, but just buying contract, which is the rights to own the shares, but not actually owning them, but buying them and saying that the price of the stock is going to go down, and you make money off that because you're literally like placing a wager to say, hey, you know what? I think this asset is going to go down. And somebody's willing to say, no, I don't think it's going to go down. And I'm like, no, it is. And if the asset goes down, I make money off that. And that person pays me in a sense. Well,
So do you have a put in this one?
I do right now. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I do. And that's why I was explaining to you
Now
about.
I'm getting it. Okay. Wow. So you covered 3 ways.
I try to be, I'm not perfect, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you just about this asset. You're going to have your asset that you're on and you're locked in on it and you understand and you watch its movements. What I think that I understand about Sundial is how it's moving, how it's shooting up. And then after it shoots up, it's really just working its way back down the rest of those days. It's making people think that it's going up, with this little green that's over here. So you're like, no, it's going back up. Yeah, no, it's not. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's just acting as such. And it's only doing that for the first couple of days. After that, it doesn't even play with you no more. It lets you know that it's going down. Those next couple of days, it just goes down straight up. And then same thing right here, goes up again, play with you, act like you're about to go up. Oh, we're about to go up again. Yep, nope. Okay, guess what? not even gonna play with you no more. We're just gonna go down for a couple of days. We're gonna go down. We're gonna trade sideways too. We're gonna trade sideways, you know, no movement. Yep. Did it a little longer to fake people out right here. This was the fake out. Everybody was waiting right here in a sense for it to go down. You know what I'm saying? Because when you measure the length of where it took place right here and you measure it right here, this would be like a perfect place for it to kind of do the same thing again. Nope, fake out. It did do the same thing. It just did it further on along so it wouldn't be predictable. You got to remember, this is still, I said something to my homeboy and he was like, man, I was kind of deep as hell. I was like, right now they have computers marking these candles and placing value into the system because everybody's putting stop losses in, right? Everybody's using bots. You know, there's not that many people who actually hit the button on their trades and get out of their trades. There are some, I don't want to say that many, but there are a lot of orders that are put in, which means a computer is creating these patterns, meaning that the difference between me and a computer is we both think and we both receive information, but I'm allowed to have a new thought without being programmed. I'm allowed to have an open-minded thought without necessarily somebody having to shut me down and reprogram me to have a thought. A computer is programmed to have all of its movement. Nothing that a computer does isn't something that isn't programmed. So this is an algorithm that's going on. So there's going to be patterns and you can really, really kind of follow these patterns. What they do is use the media to make it seem as if they're not patterns. What they'll do is create news media around these particular times to make it look like, oh, Sundial is now with the bullies, and the bullies are now in Wall Street, and they're buying Sundial now, and they're about to shoot Sundial up. No, Sundial got shot up way over here. Way over here, Sundial brought in $2 billion, brought in $4 billion way over here. And there wasn't even no thing of the Wall Street. I wouldn't say it wasn't a thing of the Wall Street bullies, but the Wall Street bullies wasn't pumping Sundial in, and they didn't pump it right here when the president was having the election and everybody was like, hey, with the new president, oh, weed's going to be legal. And of course we had on the ballots, we had a couple of different laws that were either decriminalizing or allowing weed to be legal. That's what the catalyst was right here. This right here, they added the social media catalyst to it to kind of make it seem like that was the reason that it was doing what it's doing. No, these weed stocks are definitely taking off and they're about to do something. And in my opinion, Sundial is one of the ones receiving the most amount of money, you know?
Now, question, how many states have legalized marijuana? Do you know that?
I don't, but Google does.
I'm just curious as to if that's some indicator too as to when another state legalizes, is it going to go up more or whatever?
Oh, it may definitely hit. It's going to definitely take a nice little spike around November later on this year. I don't know if we're getting the exact number. I know they just talked about what happened. Oh, this is 2016. Is that just a number? How many states?
Because there's talk about DC becoming the 51st state, and maybe that'll be interesting.
Well, it says right here in this first statement that marijuana laws are changing at a rapid pace across all 50 states. So that's definitely a nice statement right there. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, so legalize is dark green, medical and decriminalize is like a little lighter. Okay. Right, because there's levels to it. It's legalized, medical, and decriminalized. It's just medical to where it's not recreational. It's this where it's just been decriminalized all across the board. And you have fully illegal. So fully illegal is the ones we're looking at, and we're looking at those ones to possibly in these next couple of years to, work their way down this particular line. At some point in time, I guess all of them are just going to be dark green. But, the ones that we kind of already know that have been already doing their thing in this country when it comes to that particular space, they're dark green, you know? So right now we only have South Carolina, we have Alabama, we have Tennessee, we have Kansas, we have Wyoming, and we have Idaho as far as what we're receiving from this particular website. I don't know how up to date it is or how accurate it is, but if we just
Well, it
use it
says
right now,
January 2021 at the top. So that's just recent, or this is.
right. But I always question even the person that I receive information from. I'm just saying, you know, who knows if DISA.com is the end all be all when it comes to this information. I'm just throwing a caveat out there just in case if their information is off. You know, but you are correct. This is very recent right here, January the 21st. And like I said, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that aren't already going green. You know, no pun intended.
Very interesting. So I bet the Dow is going to go. That's why it's going up and down, because it's not enough legalized states yet.
Well, no, it's definitely more. I mean, everybody that has any green attached to them is already allowing people in some form of fashion to participate in marijuana.
Yeah.
So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that are not. We have 50 states, 48 states or whatever, however you want to, whatever. And out of 48 of them, 40 something of them are already allowing this to happen.
I guess what I don't understand is like the difference between, like, if it's legalized, well, no, like if it's medical and decriminalized, why is it not made legalized? So that's what confuses me.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. This is a very sensitive thing for our country. This thing that they're allowing to be legal has destroyed a lot of lives.
Such as alcohol. Get out of here.
Same thing, which hence the reason why it took
alcohol has destroyed more.
and you are correct. Hence the reason why if we were living in the 1930s, we would have seen a progression of alcohol being okay and being legal, and this state after this state and this state after this state signing laws or whatnot every time there was a voting process to allow people to drink. And it went to a process probably similar to this. Maybe not medically, of course, when it comes to alcohol, but just decriminalizing it and probably legalizing it. You know what I'm saying? It went through a process. You can't do that to people. You can't arrest a person on Monday and then tell them on Tuesday it's cool. Everything's okay. I'm actually going to now start taxing it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, pay me now. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. No, I don't say you can't, but just be prepared for the uproar, because you've destroyed a lot of lives by policing something that you now consider to be okay and legal. So that's a contradiction in itself. You know what I'm saying? Very hypocritical, you know what I'm saying, to the highest degree.
That's America, but yeah.
Hey, here it is, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, we don't necessarily harp on that too much, because the beautiful thing about that's the past, and we're worried about the future, you know? And in the future, it looks like we can now benefit from it versus allowing it to destroy us, and you know, which is, I think, is a wonderful thing. And only having 6 states left to make some type of decision to first get on board or go medical, or medical and decriminalize, or just legalize altogether. That's definitely letting you know that this is about to take off. This is going to be big. You know,
what is that next to Michigan, which is like the Mitten, that little white area next to Mitten? What is that? Right there, right next to it.
This is part of the Great Lakes, and this is Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, should be the Great Lakes, I think, right? Somewhere around here. Yeah, should be the Great Lakes. But yes, so yeah, this Wisconsin. So yeah, I mean, like, you know, we all are probably all in different states and all are experiencing different laws when it comes to that, to kind of be testaments of this particular thing going on. So it's like, as you can see, you know, I don't know how many different, you know, weed stocks we've gone over, but as you can see, a lot of them kind of did this. A lot of them did that. A lot of them did. If you notice, they coincidentally, all of them did. I don't look at it as a coincidence, but I noticed that multiple of them have been retracing and consolidating very, very heavy for the last year and a half or so, all the way down to the bare bones, majority of them. And then now, for some strange reason, around November or the end of October, they all have been on the uptrend. Call it call it a comeback, call it a coincidence, call it whatever you want to,
Let's see what MJ is doing today. Same, wow, 2010. Okay. So it's about the same.
Yep, about the same.
It's
Same, here you
sundown.
go. That same retrace. And majority of them are just creating their little W right here. They're just creating it. Majority of them are just creating their little W. Let's go to Zoomedia. Zoomedia is creating this little W. It ain't gonna be perfect. I ain't finna give this student right here a for their for their writing ability, but it's a W. It's doing the same thing. So when we see that, we just take advantage of it.
Okay. Thank you.
ACB. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Great question. Same thing. Aurora Cannabis doing this, creating this little W. So I don't want to. I don't want to tell a person to. I just want to show a person that, hey, do you see this? Do you see? And then you see where it's at, and you see all of this potential now. There's potential up here. There's potential up here at 150. You know what I'm saying? It's at $11 right now.
Yeah.
$11. Come on, it's potential. And
Okay.
this was, you're talking about this potential when it was illegal in most states. If we start going back in time, you know what I'm saying? So laws were getting passed going this way, not that way, when they were up here. So, it's going to definitely be different when you say people say like myself or older, because I'm in my, I'm 40. So when you talk about people older who may have stopped, because maybe when they were young and having a good time, they experienced and they had a good time, but they stopped. Life got a little bit more serious. The consequences started getting serious around their time period, may go back to using it. So you're talking about definitely an increase and a fluctuation of this particular space that has coincidentally been dropped to the bottom for some strange reason. So there's definitely something going on top of whereas you can really help that space get a catalyst by forcing people to stay home for a whole year.
Yep.
Right. So we already know when you start Netflixing and chilling, what you want to also do. We're going to keep, we're going to keep it 1,000 now. We got to keep it 1,000 here. We're dealing with real money, so we got to deal with real things over here. So, but no, definitely, that's just my assessment and my opinion on what's going on. And like I say, it's not even being heavily prescribed. Just think about when it starts being prescribed, because I did see the word medical up there.
Yeah.
So, that's just going to create a whole nother thing. So just like I say, why not get right at, why not get at the floor at some of these? Like I say, Sundial at $1.02 right now, and Sundial at its peak. I think they hit maybe like $13 or so like that. Yeah, about $13 or so, about $13.50 give or take, but definitely $13. Why not? That'll hit that in no time. It only took a year, maybe a year and a half to come down from there. So definitely when it came down from there, it didn't have as many states legalizing it. How long is it going to take to shoot it back up when there's more states legalizing it, meaning it's being used more? It doesn't have to duck and hide as much. Can you sell more of it and grow more of it if the people who were stopping you from doing it ain't stopping you no more? So, I think it's going to be, in my opinion, something nice. I just want to share that information. And it's something natural,
Thank
So-
you. This is good little
Yeah, just a little breakdown of that just to make sure, we understand why we invest in certain things and understand why we invest into the future. Not just because we think it's good. We want to see laws and we want to see other things that are surrounding it, other catalysts that's going to make sure that this space is successful. And I think we're seeing that, so definitely. Just to kind of go back, I know we got on Sundial and I kind of got off the buttons. Like I say, the main buttons that
I used to own this stock years ago, and I'm just curious as to what it is now in this pandemic. R.J. Reynolds Tobacco.
Mhm.
I used to belong to an investment club, and a lot of the ladies were really religious, and they they didn't believe in sin stock. But as soon as we invested in R.J. Reynolds, is when our portfolio, went wild.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I would definitely know that, not definitely know, but I would assuming being that the tobacco companies have a lot of money from decades of cigarettes, that they're going to definitely start buying up some of these if haven't already bought up or started these
You're right.
particular marijuana companies. Like, why wouldn't,
That's right.
You can't beat them. You'll never say that a cigarette is better than a joint.
Yeah.
One just gives more of a powerful feeling, hence the reason why you got to smoke a pack of cigarettes versus smoking one joint. So there's a difference. So it can't compete, and it knows that. And then with the laws, so it definitely will be at some point in time, probably, like I say, if not already bought up, is about to, or in the works of doing so, and a smart man would say that they probably already and are leading this space. But this particular asset that you just brought up.
There.
They better not have consolidated just like a weed stock. Don't make me see that. No, this is it's about 2018. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. It just has a shorter history. It doesn't have a longer history, but it's kind of done the same thing a little bit,
No, that can't be the same because R.J. Reynolds been around a long time, and it was actually
okay. Oh, you know what?
2019 that I stopped. Because I was looking, I'm thinking, dang, they changed their ticker. I can't think of the.
Oh, this is not the. Well, this is.
Yeah,
I guess
that's not
because
it was definitely right around before 2019.
I guess they changed it.
No, well, interesting. Well,
it says shares of the new. Keyword.
Oh, it's new. Interesting. It probably has lawsuits under the old one,
and probably needed to change and get under a whole different company.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
Hey, we learn something new every day.
Huh. Wow. Yep, they had, because like you say, weed is God now, except the cigarettes. Folks aren't really. That's interesting.
Right. Well, and right now weed doesn't have commercials that come out saying truth that you die from this. So right now cigarettes kind of have that. So that kind of doesn't necessarily work with you when you have the new generation, and the new generation kind of pays attention to those type of things. They paid attention to they experienced their family member that's older than them that used to smoke in the car because it was no law against it. There was no conscience about, hey, you got kids in the car in the 80s and the 90s and earlier before that, and you smoking your cigarette, you know what I'm saying? Giving them secondhand smoke, probably on a cheaper brand of cigarettes. There was nothing that was said about that. But that doesn't mean that the kids who went through that didn't think about that and was like, man, I ain't smoking cigarettes. I remember being in that car. I'm one of those kids. I don't smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked cigarettes in my life. I've never tried one ever in my life,
Good for you.
Now, have I tried a little bit of that green stuff? I have. I will not lie. But a cigarette, I've never, and that's because I have family members who are close to me who did it around with, there was no rules with cigarettes really at one point in time. You could smoke it in a building. You can smoke it in a restaurant. You can, wherever you can, if you had one on you, you can light up, elevator, whatever, so it has a domino effect that affects people a certain way to where it can actually be a negative thing generations to come, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So
that's very interesting.
I'm
definitely gonna get into some doggone cannabis stock for sure.
I definitely would, like I say. In my opinion, I would definitely would. But this is the one right here, the new company that they're talking about, that you were just bringing up. And it's like, well, let's see.
And it's still at that 50. It was about 50 years ago when I had it.
Right.
I mean, 50, yeah, about 50 bucks a share. Interesting.
Yeah, so I was just looking again,
Yeah,
just seeing if Reynolds had anything to do with it.
I'm sure.
I wouldn't be surprised, in my opinion, if you selling something that'll hurt a person. I definitely don't. And technically, people think that marijuana is just maybe a little bit more addictive than cigarettes. It's more naturally addictive, I think, than cigarettes. Cigarettes are like chemically addictive in a sense, but
Right.
So, but no, definitely good information. Thank you for bringing this company up. Also, definitely we'll keep that in mind. Definitely. But yet, to stay on this particular asset, though, we could definitely do that. Like I say, we want to understand that up here, that we understand our time frame. We understand how to get an asset. We understand how to change our candles. We understand how to compare different assets. We understand that the FX button is for our different indicators that we want to use. We know that there are several out there, and whichever ones we learn how to use those. Put a star next to them so they'll already be for you. You can definitely do that. There's tons of them, so I don't want to say which ones to use or which ones not to use. I'll just show you that the ones that I like to use are these particular ones that I dropped the arrow on, the EMA, the 20/50, 100/200, the relative stress index, the TTM squeeze, and momentum by Draken, because there's a couple of different ones, just like there's a couple of different RSIs. That's just RSI versus relative stress index. I like to get the one that actually spells it out. I, of course, like to know the volume of what's going on, and I like to use the volume plus the RVOL. I don't know what the R stands for, but I think the VOL stands for volume by the time of day. And every now and then I do like to use the VWAP and also the MMA line. So, I have a couple of ones that I use that I'll kind of go to for different situations, for different assets or different stocks and different cryptos. But this is this button for it, the FX button. And of course, like I say, you can put stars next to it to make it your favorite, so just keep that in mind. Also, there's some other buttons up here like we talked about. I can't lie, I haven't necessarily needed to use them to be profitable. But once again, that doesn't mean that they don't have a good use for them. I just myself haven't learned it yet, so I haven't used it. But we do have one that is the alerts. We also have the playback, but I think you can only use the playback if you have a subscription. So keep that in mind. And we have the two big buttons that are really, really important, which is our undo and our redo button. Like these are our go-to for, things when we actually click something, make a mistake, whatever. Let's just go back. And these are our buttons that gives us confidence in this space about clicking and touching anything that we want to in here, because we know at the end of the day, I can always hit this button and that button and I can bring it back or take it away. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about this space. I'm not worried about all these buttons. It doesn't matter how many they are, how many numbers, letters, none of that. I am not afraid, because I know at any point in time, if I do something that I don't want to be on my screen, I can always hit the undo button. And if I do like it, but I thought about it and I took it away, I can always bring it back once I take it away by hitting the redo button. So just remember that. So stay confident in this space. Click whatever you need to click. You mess up, hit the button, go back, do your thing, keep that confidence going, because it's important. This is the layout button. Of course, again, if you have the subscription, they will allow you to look at two different assets at the same time, and whichever layout that you want. There's this way, or you can do it that way. Depending on if you have a subscription, you will be allowed to look at two different assets at the same time, which is pretty cool sometimes. Like I say, especially if you like comparing them really, and you don't want to use the compare button. You really want to see the chart. You really want to be able to move it over like this and move this one over like that and straighten it out or whatever, make the price, the candles longer, the candles shorter, whatever you really, really want to do, but have both of them doing it at the same time. that is where you want to go to the layout. If you have a subscription, if you have the free one, I think they kind of limit you to just the one layout. So, but don't worry about that. You can still be profitable without having two particular screens. So know that, as you can see, I don't even use it, and we've definitely, made profit. So, and you can name your layout. This is where it's unnamed, and you can name it and save it, your charts, all those things, and name it to where you kind of publish. You start getting into publishing and stuff like that. Also, our chart settings button. For a lot of the settings and colors and things that we see on the side, and a lot of our chart for a lot of this entire space, this is like the settings for it, because this entire space is our chart. So when we hit the chart settings, it's kind of almost for everything, and not just for indicators, not just for the candlesticks, not just for this informational area over here. It's kind of like for all of it. So you'll notice if you want to go in there, because like I said, you have your undo button. Go in there and click everything in there. See what changes when you click everything in there, so you really, really know what goes on, and then click it back. If you're like, oh, I didn't see anything, so let me put it back. I didn't really want to really mess mine up that crazy. You know what I'm saying? And always remember that you always have your apply defaults. So if you click it and it's crazy and you're like, oh, Lord, I don't even like my chart, how it's looking, I done hit all these buttons, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. You can go down there and hit your default, and it'll take you back to the default settings of all of this. And you just, of course, have to spend a little time putting it back the way you want it. But this is the settings for this entire space. This is the settings button for that. So if you want to change something, you can do that. And I think that's big. Also, again, we have the full screen button. If I want to take all that, say the rest of that outside world is fluff to me, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see none of that. I want to see this price action. I want to see these candles move up and down. That's all I want to see. I want to get more room to see all of that and get more chart. I can have candles way up here if I want to, because I got space now over here now versus my toolbar up here, or my toolbar up here, or my toolbar up here, or even a toolbar over here. If I want to remove this RSI right here, I can remove that. And now I got this whole chart to use and work and have as my disposal. And it makes it bigger. I may start doing this a little bit more, because I know with people looking at what's going on different devices, this looks more of a clear picture when I'm really talking about the asset, and I'm not really even talking about what's going on how to use the system and things of that nature with all the indicators or the drawings or the buttons on the side. So I may start using this and really start getting some in-depth, better visuals, because we can really see this now. Our eyes don't have as much to focus on when there aren't buttons over here on the side in gray, buttons at the bottom over here in gray, buttons and numbers, things flashing over here on the side over here in gray and green and red.
Right. Yeah,
and even at the top, it's less to focus on. So if that works better for you to remove all those things, then that particular full screen button, which is this button right here, is going to be your friend. And of course, once you hit it and you're like, oh, hold on, I need to change something, I need to do something, you can, of course, as you see the link at the top or the sentence at the top, say I can hit my exit button as I just did. Or of course, if I don't want to say you don't have an exit button, but if you say like you're on your phone and you've done that, or you're on a tablet and maybe the exit button isn't easy to access because of no real keyboard or anything, you should be able to just work your way at the top, and whatever your indicator is, be it your finger or whatever that is using as some form of a mouse or indicator, you should be able to click it all the way at the top in the middle. And now that X button should come up. And once you hit that X button, it'll bring you back to this screen so you can look at whatever you want to look at.
I needed that tip there,
So
because I'm on a tablet and I get the full screen, and I didn't get this, so that's what it is. I gotta find that X. Okay.
perfect. Well, I'm definitely glad that was definitely helpful. And like I say, if we want to send pictures, which I would love for everybody to do, I would love. I don't want to make it a requirement, because, hey, everybody's grown here. I don't want to require you to learn. I don't want to require you to get better. I don't want to require you to put forth a lot of effort. But I would ask, hey, let's learn how to use the snap picture, and every day, you know, go home and get that asset that you like. You know, if it's this asset right here that the sister was talking about that she likes, and she wants to send me some pictures showing that she was able to find some ceilings and some floors. You know, maybe she's like, okay, listen, this could be a floor right here, and maybe she's like, well, hey, this can be another this could be a ceiling up here. You know, and send that to me, and you know, also say, well, you know what? Let me go over here because I still have this top line activated because I got all of my toolbar access with my hide and also my trash. Maybe the sister want to come over here and go in the text and type in and say, you know, you spell
Check out this or whatever.
right. You know, I know I'm spelling ceiling wrong. For some reason, I can't spell it right now. But
ILING.
ceiling? Yeah. Okay. Boom.
Yeah.
So, and she may want to put that and then come and click a other line, you know, and say, hit that right there and say, you know, floor, you know, and just to say, hey, you know what, Mr. Prophet, I'm definitely learning. I'm at least learning how to use my lines and my toolbars. As you can see, I was able to put a text in there. Maybe my ceiling and my floors may not be made of your choice, but I'm getting it. I'm getting better. And maybe they are. And that's amazing also, because now we have standing proof to go back on and say, look, see how, yes, sis, you picked a really good line right here, because there's a lot of candlesticks touching it. So really, I would have said you did a really great job. This was, you know, you picked some really good, you picked a really nice ceiling and a really nice floor. And then say, she would say, okay, you know, I picked it. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit my camera button over here. And she say, well, you know what? I'm going to hit the link and hit the copy link. And she say, well, and once you do that, I think you don't have to anything else. You don't have to hit save image because you don't want to load it up too much, but you can, to my knowledge. If you hit that and you copy the link and save image, it brings it up more like a full screen, like we were just showing. And then you can come over here and hit copy image by hitting the right clicking. And then of course you can go to your email and, you know, you can send it to, you know, Mr. Prophet and say, hey, Mr. Prophet, Mr. Gary, I got your email on deck. You know, I keep you on deck, my brother. You always be hitting me up. So you always sometimes is first on deck when it comes to the examples. Forgive me. But
Okay, thank you for showing. Okay.
And then of course I come over here and this is my like email in a sense with the brother, you know what I'm saying? So it shows that now not only did it send a link, but it also sent an actual picture. He can open it up and see it. He doesn't have to necessarily hit a link to see it. He can see the picture itself on whatever device he's on if he clicks on it. See what I'm saying? And then
Yeah, that's neat. That's cool. Okay.
Right. So and that can take place. And then now what can happen is it can be one of those things to where you're putting in that time and that effort to get better. And this is a way to help you get better, you know, by sending those screenshots over to me.
Now, question.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of puts, would this be a good one to do a put on, knowing what we kind of know, I guess, or can predict about tobacco when tobacco should go down, marijuana increases?
Over here would have been, yes. If we were over here at this time frame, whenever it was, yes. But right now, as you can see from here on, it's in an uptrend. It is retracing a little bit, but it could be retracing back down to this line right here because this could be a tough line to bounce right back up, you know? So as far as a put right now, I wouldn't do it just based upon a monthly chart. We would have to do more. We would have to go more in depth into other candlesticks to see price action, to see what's going on. But it could be, it depends on how long you're trying to get in there for that put.
Yeah.
There's always sometimes room for a short-term put, You know, long-term puts are one of those things when you know an asset is just kind of going down, and it's been going down and it's still going down. That's the only time you want to do a long-term put. And even with those, sometimes I'm noticing it's better to get a long-term put far as time-wise, at least a couple of months out, 2-3 months out. And I don't want to say that that's necessarily a long-term, but I would at least get a couple of months out, and then you can sell it and then get right back in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which means take profit on the put of it going down, you know, because you don't necessarily know what direction it's going to go. So if you're up here and you catch it at the top, why not take all of this as profit, especially when you start seeing this develop? So you take profit right at here from here to there, and boom, you get out and you just wait and see, okay, boom, we're getting a little bit more red. So you put in another put. So a lot of times, you know, it's not about always getting right back in. You know, if you want to do a specific asset, you have to be patient. That's why you see me, even though I got out the other day, I didn't get right back in on the put, you know, because I hadn't really done the charting, even for sundown, because I have been more so paying attention to the class. So I wasn't ready to invest my money in something, even if it was something that I'm watching on a regular basis. I haven't kind of really been watching. I just kind of got a little alert seeing that it had been going up. So I peeked over there and was like, oh, listen, my contracts are doing great. So I sold them. So, you know, you just want to watch it when you're doing that, because the puts can definitely be very dangerous in a sense, because an asset, of course, if it is an asset, just by definition, it should be kind of going up.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Thank you. Yeah.
No
Thank you.
problem. No, great question though. So once I have this and I've sent it over, I've right clicked and I copied the link and I sent it and I emailed it, hey, to myself, to my friends, you know, to my family members, you know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, look what I'm doing. Hey, if you want to get in this, look at this, you know, blah, blah, blah. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you get to the point to where you start sending these out and the information is, if not spot on, very close, and people start benefiting from it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's like a whole nother different feeling. So it's like I say, definitely, you know, I want to encourage that, and I'll definitely be looking for those to see if a person is sending me an email saying, hey, Mr. Prophet, look at this particular stock, or hey, Mr. Prophet, I was looking at this particular stock and I was thinking that this line is a good line to get in at, or, you know, this line is a good line to get out at. You know, I want to see that, because you already know if it's a good asset. You're not really necessarily coming to me majority of the times to find out if an asset is a really good asset. I think you majority of the time already know that. I think more so you really come in to see, hey, what it looks like on the chart, which is a good thing. But now that we're using our own charts, hey, let's send these screenshots over. You know, let's get these screenshots going. That's going to be really cool. You know, that's going to be a great feeling to myself to see these screenshots come over and see these screenshots are spot on. People are really putting effort in. They're really counting the candlesticks. They're really counting the candle wicks. See how many are touching the line and say, and determining why this is an area to either to be a floor or a ceiling. That's going to be really cool for me, like, and for yourself, you know. So I definitely want to encourage that. So once I've done that and I'm done with this space, because it creates a whole nother link. So I just want to close that link, and then I want to close this because I'm done. And now I've utilized my snapshot, and I don't have to have a subscription for that. I think that is used still free. So that's definitely pretty cool. And if I want to publish it, I'm just now ready to really say I'm going to put it out there for the whole world. And most likely it's going to be put on one of these particular icons that we've seen over here that I'm about to start talking about right now. Once you publish it and you want the whole world to see it, and it's attached to your username and stuff like that, then you start getting in a situation to where you can add it to, where's that at? On the calendar, but the new ideas. You can possibly add it over there. If not over there, you can add it to, where's it at? There you go, the idea streams. As you can see, look at that. Somebody did that. Yep. Somebody did exactly what we're talking about. And what they're looking at sundown. You know, I'll never be the one to say I don't copy. You know what I'm saying? I definitely copy a good idea. I think it's a great idea to copy a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially if you can find the flaws in it and make it a better idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely, you know, but as far as in this space, you want to go where the money is. You know, that's why I check FinViz. I want to know who's bringing in that bread, who's receiving that bread. It's not, I mean, yes, Sundial does have one of the best facilities out there. Oh my God, they're already at $500 million and they only been pumping for an hour and a half? But watch this. This is what you call manipulation. You 18% down. How you 18% down for the day, but you didn't put in $500 million within an hour and a half. It ain't even 11 o'clock. It's just 10:55. The
It's
market only been open for 9:30 to now.
It's only for today. Wow.
Right. So this is right. This is why. Okay. Well, why Sundial, Mr. Prophet? Because of here.
Exactly. Wow.
You know, why AMC right now? Because of here. Why Naked right now? Because of here. You know, any of these assets, you want to be putting your money where the money is going. If not, you could be putting your money in a dead asset. Not to say these assets aren't making in any money. Some of them, they're ETFs. You know what I'm saying? So they bring in money spottingly. Like they'll sprinkle some here, sprinkle some there, and they're definitely going up because if I look at some of them, they're projected could be going up. Some of them could be going down. You know, this one's going up. This one's going up. This one's crazy. This one's going up. That one's going up. This one's kind of going up sideways though. This one's going down. You know, so that doesn't mean that the asset itself isn't going up. Just understand if you're trying to buy and sell and do contracts with these particular assets, and then there's no volume in it over here. And also when you go to Robinhood or you go to TD Ameritrade and you start looking at the asset and you're like, okay, I want to get in this asset. Let's say this one right here, but I look at the contract and there's 0 people in there. Why would I get into this contract just because this contract is being sold by somebody for $83? That doesn't mean I want to buy it. There's nobody in here. People are openly interested about it, but ain't nobody bought one, you know? So I'm not going to buy this contract. You know, I'm not, because I don't see, there's no volume in it. There's nobody to sell the contract. I would maybe stay away from this one also, even though there's 45 people in here now, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is we're kind of close to the 19th, you know? So I know the further the dates go back, there's probably lesser people in there, right, too, you know? The further you start going back on these dates, there's going to be less and less value in there. And that doesn't discourage you from getting in there period, because you could be stumbling onto something new. You could be first on a good idea that everybody else hasn't realized about. So I don't want to discourage you from that, but just know if you start looking at the closest date for a company, just to see if this company receives volume period for their particular contracts, and there's not a lot of volume in their first couple of dates, I would stay away from them, because those could be money traps, because there may not be an opportunity to sell those contracts to anybody, and you can only be forced to exercise them only if the value runs up to equate to where the asset is worth the amount of what the contract is or the 100 shares is. And you're like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, right here, even though this asset right now is at $1.86, for me to be able to exercise this contract and it have the value to where I don't have to put any more money in it, this asset can't just hit $2 and be at $2, and because I only owe $2 because I got a contract for $2. No, this contract has to hit the $2 and also the $18. Hence the reason why it's $2.18. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So if I want to know, if I want to buy contracts and I want to buy them to keep them so I can keep the 100 shares, I'm looking at a strategy to buy contracts cheap on discount and it's a good company that's going to run up in value, and I don't have to put any more money into it. I can just exercise the intrinsic value on the contract to where now I own those contracts. That actual share price has to run up to the break-even price, and this is the break-even percentage. And if you notice, a lot of times, if not every time, the strike price and the premium price is normally combined to create that break-even price. Even right here, $1.83, $1.83. So, you know, just keep that in mind if you're trying to find out when you're able to exercise a contract, and you need to know the price. This is the price that's over here, to my knowledge, mathematically. So definitely a little information on contracts, but just a little insight on, you know, that's why I say, well, Mr. Prophet, what things are you invested in right now? Well, right now it's just Sundial on the put contract. No shares? Nope, not right now, because my strategy is totally different. Like I say, I pay bills with my money. So a lot of times sitting my money in contracts or shares and swinging from the next day to the next day could be dangerous. You know, I could lose a lot of value in my buying power, which could reflect how much money I can make when I do decide to buy into an asset to take profit off of it. So I a lot of times don't sit in the things because I'm not holding anything. You know, I'm not necessarily in this space right now worried about the future. I'm trying to eat now. That's me though, Mr. Prophet. That's my situation. You know, that's my violin story, whatever. You know, so that's why I don't have assets. But I will definitely encourage other people, if your situation is different, to definitely buy assets and buy good stock or buy good cryptocurrencies to hold on to. Now I do have some crypto, but as far as stocks, I don't actually hold any right now. But I definitely encourage people too, because they make money. Why not? You know, everybody's not me. Everybody's strategy isn't the same. You're going to develop your own. So, but make sure you're getting into something that has some value. If not, the money's going to slow up, straight up. So, but yeah, I just wanted to just harp on that. And let's go back to the buttons over here on the side. Like I say, that publishing is going to come down when you definitely want to send something live to other people on the idea stream or the other stream that they have going on right here. As you can see, this also does video. So anytime you have any type of ideas or you have any screenshots or any videos you want to add, you can add it over here and you'll be using this side right here. So just keep that in mind. Definitely this is at the top though, just to go back. This is your watch list button over here that brings up this particular area of whatever you're watching. If you want to add something to a watch list that you already have, you just need to hit the add button. And then whatever it is, if it's this, I just need to hit this particular button right here. And as you can see, it just popped down there. If I like, oh, damn, I don't want to put my crypto with my options or with my stocks, that kind of confuses me. I want to put it with my crypto. I can just come over here to the end, see the little X button, and now remove it. No problem, no harm, no foul. And now if I'm like, no, go to my crypto, and now I got my crypto, and then now I can go and hit the add button. And if it's Bitcoin and I want to add to it, I can do it like that. And now it's where I actually want it to be, you know. And if we say, well, hey, I want to, mine are in alphabetical order. I want to put them in alphabetical order. I already have this, so I'm going to erase it. But I can just go up here and hit symbols, boop, and now they're all in alphabetical order. So however you want them, you can have them. You know, you can, of course, click this top parts up here, and it's going to let you know from top to bottom which ones had the most change or percentage of change or whatever, a dollar amount of change. And you click it again, it'll be at the high. Same thing with here, you know, as you can see. Same thing with this, same thing with that, same thing with the volume, you know, see who's bringing in the most or whatnot. So you can definitely set your watch list up however you want to. I mean, whatever assets you want to put in there and name it. If you don't have any watch list, Then when the word watch list is over here with the arrow, just click. And then of course, the first selection is create a watch list. And you will click on that, name it, and then hit okay. You know, pretty simple. And of course, once it comes up and reflects, and if it doesn't come up and reflect, you come down here and you look at the bottom because it should be under your red list and under this section right here. And it's down here, just click on it, boop. And now add something to it. Type it in over there, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. And then hit the add button right next to it, boop, and it'll come down here, you'll see it. Is that pretty clear and understanding to where like, you know what, I got confident. I know where my watch list is. I know, I understand, or at least have seen you do it a couple of times and heard you say it. Of course, I myself need to add that third piece of learning to it, which is the physical part of doing it. But I have heard you say it a couple of times and I've been listening to you. Is everybody kind of understanding that? Because that's going to be big, setting up our watch lists, you know? Do we really kind of understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, definitely good. And just to kind of answer that question, because I am still doing my best to watch the chats also, pretty much any crypto you can day trade or swing trade. It's just on your realistic amount of profit that you're trying to take in between that time period. Meaning you've watched that asset and you followed it and you know how it trends up and down throughout the day to where, okay, you know what? It looks like I can at least get about 10% a couple of times as it goes up and goes down. So I'll get in at the bottom, collect my 10%, get out, wait for it to come back down, get in again, collect my 10% and get out, because you're paying attention to the patterns and the swings of it going up real quick or going up real quick, getting out, going up, getting out, going up, getting out. So you can't do that with the crypto, and the crypto allows you unlimited day trades. There's no such thing as a day trade right now with crypto. You can do as much as you want, swing trade it, hold it, invest it, hodl it, whatever. You know, there's no limits when it comes to it. It's Master P, you know. So definitely, yes, ma'am.
I just seen you can also drag your symbols, because my sundial was in the Bitcoin. So you can also
yes,
click
yes,
on it
you
and
can.
drag it.
Yep. If you have the multiple watch lists going on, I forgot what that was. I think it was the hot list, right? Is it the hot list? Where is it at? There was like a hot list. Yes, hot list. Yeah, like if you grab this, I probably could. Oh no. Oh. Now I know, and sorry, I know over here I can grab this, and as you can see, I can take it right here, and it can be out of alphabetical order. So yes, you are correct. And if you did find that, sister, great job to you from going on your tool and seeing how it works and playing with it. Yes, you can do that. And of course, I moved that from being in the C's to the A's. So I just hit the symbol and it put it right back in alphabetical order. And of course, if I want to really, really get in depth, even though I'm watching all of these, but right now I only have something in Apple and I only have something in Sundial. I'm not invested with any of my money in any other asset. Now I can critique it a little bit more, so I know what I'm really, really watching. Even though I'm watching all of these, I'm actually not invested in all of these. So necessarily me watching all of them isn't necessarily a necessity. Meaning I can push Sundial up here right next to Apple. So it's in my view, because I'm noticing that because I have so many, that Sundial is not in my natural view. And I don't want to move this down any further because I do like to pay attention to the day range to see where this asset is trading at. So I could probably bring it down and do the 52, but I also like the 52 just in case an asset goes crazy. I know that it's high at a certain point of time, and right with this one is 72 cents. So if this one happens to go crazy, $72.50. If it goes crazy one day over here and it's reaching around that, I know that by looking down here, and I'd be like, oh yeah, it's about to hit 72. Let me get ready to get out, or let me get ready to put in the put because it's about to come down, or whatever, wherever I'm positioned at in that particular asset at that time, I want to get prepared. And I do want to kind of see that information. So I just, as you can see, I just moved Sundial up here to the top because I am in it right now and I do want to watch it, you know. So, but yes, you can do that. And thank you, sister, for bringing that to the group, because that's very important to be able to do that. And of course, you can put flags on it. If you don't, if you want, there you go. If you click it, now you can change the color, you know. Let's do green. Maybe, you know, maybe that green makes it look a little, you know, gives me a little hope of getting some green out of it. Who knows, whatever. But you can definitely change the color of it over here by clicking it again. As you click it off and click it back on, you can get over here and you can change it to whatever colors they're giving you as an option. And then, of course, after you select it, boop, and click somewhere else, it'll go for you. So that's definitely amazing. Thank you, sister. All right. And the next thing is, of course, those alerts. I don't have any created right now, so it's telling me to. But of course, if I wanted to, I just want to hit that button right there. If it's for this asset, I'll leave it there. If it's for something else, I'll type it in. Looks like I can actually use it as an RSI, and I can put a alert on my indicator, not my candlesticks and my value of money, but my actual indicator. You can do that. Just be careful with that, though, you know. And also you can change it right here to where it won't alert the value of the asset, it'll alert the indicator. So, you know, you can do that. And I'm not telling people not to do, I would just say, hey, learn how that is really beneficial to do that before doing that, because it could possibly throw you off, and you don't want to lose money, you know, doing something like that. So, and like I say, the dollar amount for it, put it in right here, whichever one you're looking for. You know, we got our ceilings and our floors over here. If I'm looking for this asset to go up to 59 or whatever, I'll put an alert for it. And then I may put in another alert for the $40.50, because I'm watching when it hits the floor also, because I know, okay, boom, when it hits the floor, I'm getting in to go up. And I know, boom, when it hits this top, I'm getting in to go down. And I'm gonna make money going both ways. I'm gonna do it, say, for a once time, or I can do every time. And then I can set it to where it'll expire from a month from today, which is March the 2nd. And also the same time as today, which is 11/10. And I can keep it open-ended, you know, of course, by clicking onto it. Right. I don't want an alert that never dies. So some people do, you know, and you also have other ways for the alert action to alert you, notify on the app, show pop-up, send email, webhook URL. And of course, if you go down to the more, it lets you know what songs and music can be played and stuff like that, and for how long. And you also can click to have it sent to an email to your SMS, which is normally, I think, a text message, if I'm not mistaken. And you can name it, you know, put a message in there, whatever you want to, and then of course hit create, you know. So just want to make sure that that's kind of simple understanding, at least the easy parts of it, which is setting the value, setting the dollar amount, setting how you want it to notify you, and hitting create. You know, that's really simple. The more you use it, the more you'll understand it, and the more you'll use the more features for it. Of course, the news, we talked about that. Of course, clicking on it makes it bigger to where it's readable, you know. And of course, there's different articles. You can go through all the ones that have been published and presented. Where we got the data window, we talked about that, giving all the information. If you wanted to know when this asset opened up today, when it last time closed, what it's low for today, what it's high for today is, the ticker for it, what time interval you're on, what currency you could be watching it from, all that information, what's the day, the indicator right here, and the different plots for it. So just keep that in mind. And of course, you can hide it with the eye, or you can hide it, you know. So just keep that in mind. That's your data window, just kind of giving you a little brief. Like if you're not able to really see these little dotted lines that they kind of give you automatically and use that information and understand that, you can always hit your data window, and that's pretty much what these lines are over here majority of the time. So just keep that in mind. This right here, of course, is your hot list with multiple different things. It doesn't look like there's an add and subtract button to it. And I'm not seeing when I come over here all the way to the side, I'm not seeing that the X button or the X option comes up for me to be able to delete this. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, I can't delete this. This is giving me whoever, it doesn't matter what the asset is, it's just giving me the highs and the lows of the change of all of any and everything that's on TradingView. Whatever the asset is that has a chart, TradingView wants to give you a hot list of whoever brings in the most volume. Doesn't matter if it's a crypto, because this looks like a crypto right here. It could be, but I could be wrong. It doesn't matter if it's an asset, whatever, it's going to give you that information for it. Same thing when it comes to here. It's going to give you who had the largest gain and change. It's going to also give you who had the largest gain and loss. And you're like, well, why do I need to know who has the largest gain and loss? Because normally the individual asset that has lost the much, or the individual asset that has lost the most, is ready to do what now? Once they've lost the most. What comes after a loss?
Go up.
There you go. So this is why this information is important. This is why this information is important. When something goes up, what does it do after it goes up and it's got a lot of change going on? Could go down. Goes up and has a lot of change because it's starting from here and going to here. That's a lot of change. It's going to show that this asset changed a percentage, of a decent amount. So we know if we pay attention to the positive change, that this asset could be ready to go down. And that's if we're day trading, or if we're just trying to find the floor and we're just investing. Okay, boom, I'm watching you. I see you done been kind of high with your change right here on the positive end. I'm gonna watch you for a little bit because I don't day trade. I just put my money in at different floors for shares or even for crypto, and I wait for it to go up. And I kind of sit in there for a little bit, and that's my little spot, but I still use this to see what's going on, and I'll understand how to use this. Meaning that if this is high and I am day trading, I'm ready to put in a put and collect all this going down because all these then reach high changes. So all these particular assets at some point in time could be getting some red because they've received a lot of green. And hence the right here. These assets right here have received a lot of red. So they could be receiving a lot of green. So the more and more we add pieces of puzzles to this space, the more and more it kind of really starts getting a little bit more like common sense and like, damn, I should have known this 20 years ago, but it's coming now. It's really not that difficult. They just make it look difficult with all the bells and whistles, numbers and things like that. But it's actually really simple. It's no different than any other business. I'm not going to buy something and then sell it for a lower price than what I bought it for. That doesn't make any sense. I'm losing money. Same thing here. I'm not going to buy an asset or a cryptocurrency for a higher price and then try to sell it at a lower price. Why would I continue to do that? I'm losing money. So I want to find the floor. I want to find the floor. And that's just simple business. Now this can get a little, not complicated, but it can add a little, a little twist to it to where I can buy an asset high and bet that it's going to go down. So they've added that to it. So don't think that the only way that you have to make money is going up. You can make money going down. I would just say be careful, get some experience, get some trades under your belt before you start doing that, just so you can have good confidence when you really start going in with larger amounts, So definitely. Let me see if there's anything else that's really, really of importance and relevance as we go in this space. We did the little chat thing. I remember yesterday, Maria hit me up. Oh, it's still there. Perfect. So this is how you chat with somebody privately, and you can just go into the public chat and put something in there. And as you can say, boom, somebody just dropped something right there. And there people are constantly dropping things all day. And I think once you click on this space, now you start getting notifications of this space. Like I didn't click it before, so nothing came up in red. But now after I clicked it, something came up in red. So which is kind of cool. Like if I'm not over there and I'm not worried about it, don't be showing me 100 different notifications and stuff like that, kind of making me feel like I need to look over there and worry about that. I'm over here on this money right now. I ain't on that, you know. No, I'm just talking crazy, but yes, definitely this is that space right here. You can communicate with other people in TradingView, and you can communicate privately with people in TradingView with these two buttons. This right here, like I say, this is if you want to publish something, or if you got a good idea, you can go up here at the top, type it in, boop, send it, and it's going to be on there. Other people are going to be able to send it. I'm assuming other people can also like either thumbs up it or comment on it or whatever. So that could be cool also, you know, just keep that in mind. And this right here is also something similar, you know, just communication, you know, just in a different way. It looks like more so videos, but same thing, you know, communication amongst others in this particular space. And this is your notifications right here. I guess, I don't know if this person sent me something or what. I don't know. I haven't really figured out the notifications, but know that I'm not using it to make money right now. So I kind of don't need to know about it, you know, in my way of thinking. But if you find out more about it, please share. You know, I'm definitely down to learn new different information. And of course, the order panels, if I wanted to get with a brokerage and start putting in buy orders, I could do that by connecting to the broker, hitting the connect button, and then the broker panel down here. Sorry. This is it right here. These are all the people that are associated with tradingview.com, to where you can connect to a broker like that and start putting in some buy and sell orders. And now, of course, once you do that, you put yourself as one of these people right here on the next button as a buy right here, blue, or a sell, which is red order, you know. And we'll see you buy and sell and trade over here, and that'll be pretty cool, you know. And this is, as we go down, what is this? This is, oh yes, we talked about this yesterday. This is just keeps a track of all the assets that you're adding any drawing tools or indicators to. It'll let you know about that. And just so you can keep a check on it, just in case if you done added some indicators way over here and you haven't really been over there in a while, because you're of course always looking to the future, it'll still keep track of it and let you know that there's all kind of indications and drawings on this particular asset, and you can manage that from this particular space right here with this particular tab. So that's pretty cool to know about. You know, it'll definitely come in handy at some point, especially if you get to a point to where you got too many drawings everywhere and they're telling you for space reasons, hey, you need to delete a couple of your indicators or drawings so you can be able to free up some of that space. Not to say that that's something that they do, but if they're keeping track of it like that, my mind kind of thinks that they are. So, you know. And then you also have the last thing, the help button, which is, once again, different situations, chart trading, Pine script, alerts, finances, whatever you have going on that you have questions with. They have the frequently asked questions for whatever's going on. Click on there, see what it does, ask your question, submit it to the support, put in the ticket, and wait for a response. I don't know if they respond by notifications, which is this area over here, or do they do a private chat? I don't know. I may put one in tomorrow just to see, you know, just to test it with support and see how support responds. So instead of us not knowing, we know, you know, may do that, you know. How much time we got left? We got 20. Let's do it now. All right. Say Billy. I have a billing question. Let me see. No, I don't want cans done like that. I don't understand the amount I was charged for my prescription. Yeah, let's do that. That's not saying I want to change anything. I just don't understand it. I got charged without receiving a second year discount. I got charged for the entire year up front. Let's see, we offer discounts during the first 12 months only annual subscriptions. Still need some help. Open a support ticket. Okay. All right. So I put in there, I was looking to see if there was a discount for oh, thank you for me reading this over. A discount.
Why don't you just say wondering?
I was
Wondering if,
wondering.
yeah,
was
just
wondering-
wondering if there's a discount for the, for the first year or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just being more concise, wondering. Yeah. You don't even have to say I was. Well, that's okay. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if there was a discount. Okay. For me.
Because
If purchasing the whole year. You don't have to say because for me, if purchasing the entire first year subscription, period. Or question mark. Yeah. If purchasing.
you like it, sis? We good?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, listen, help me.
No, just
Help me. I definitely don't turn down help. Okay, so it looks like I want to agree that that's okay and send a snapshot of your trading views so your lovingly staff can investigate further. Okay, perfect. So I think I'm good on that. I don't necessarily know what maybe I guess I could copy this and send it to my email just so I can have receipts that I have been trying to get in contact with them or something like that. So let me
well,
see.
if you have a receipt to send or something, like if you want to, attach a receipt or whatever that pertain to your question, and that's when you would attach that. But you don't have anything to
Oh, okay,
attach.
right. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Mm.
If I wanted to attach, like they say, like a snapshot of my chart or whatever else as far as like add an image, I would want to hit that. Yes. Thank you, sis. Hey, we're learning together. We're learning together. Thank you. Open support ticket. I'm going to hit that now. I think we're good to go. And boom. And I don't necessarily know when we'll get the response. Of course, hopefully it's pretty fast, so to speak. I don't want to close this yet because I don't know if it's done processing. And okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
For contacting our support team. Responses will appear on the My Support Ticket page. Help desk My Support Ticket. Okay, so the My Support Ticket page. On the help desk support tickets I'm assuming that's the top part up there, right? The My Support Ticket page. Yeah, because I don't see anything else. Or is it my status page down here? Okay, no, I don't think it's that. Let's see. So it's probably this. Oh, yep, there it is. So once you've put in a ticket, this space now acts as like almost like a text message in a certain, because they'll probably send me something that'll be down here that I can read, and I'll go down there and read it and click onto it and probably be able to make it bigger to read it or whatever. And then if I'm not satisfied, there probably is some way to, of course, respond to it and keep that going until I'm, of course, satisfied. So I'm definitely glad we did that. Versus kind of like not doing and kind of save it for later or whatnot, but really get in there and learn about it. But this is this side right here. As you can see, it definitely has a lot of good features over here also. A couple of them will most likely be limited if you're not on a paid subscription. Just keep that in mind. And I think the cheapest paid subscription is like, I think I want to say like $12 or something like that, or $15 or something like that. Where is it at? Come on, trading view. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. It's free, of course, but if you want to, I paid the year and just kind of got it out the way. That was me. But if you want to, you can do I think it's set up monthly. Did I see the monthly? Did anybody see the monthly price?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Well, I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, for the whole year,
Okay.
it is 150, and you say, you know, we are in a number space. I always like to bring out my trusted calculator. You say 155 divided by 12 months, $13.
Yeah.
You know, $13 a
That's
month.
not bad. Yeah.
It's not to invest in yourself, to make sure that you don't have a lot of pop-ups and you don't have a lot of things. You're not spending a lot of times moving ads. Like I myself, because I'm on here a lot, I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that, going through ads constantly.
Let me ask you this, because I see over here for the basic, it has refer friends, you get up to $30. Why can't you do that for us? I mean, why can't we do that for you? Because you turned us on to this, right?
I possibly can. I didn't even
You need to inquire.
right. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of those people, right? My woman, like I bought my car, right? And just a story. And it has the little, like, I guess it was built more so for up north because it's all-wheel drive, even though I'm in Florida. So so it had like snow, it had a button for like snow, and it had a button for like sport, right? And she was like, what does this button do? And I was like, I don't know. She was like, well, what does this button do? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, babe, have you hit your sport button on it? I was like, no. Like, it's got all-wheel drive. I don't think I need to hit my sport button. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already like flooring it with these size 14s over here. I don't need sport. Also, like, you know, the weight of this foot is enough sport. So I'm just one of those to where I have a lot of things sometimes that I'll use, and I literally use the basics of it. I don't use any of the bells and whistles. I kind of don't sometimes even know what the bells and whistles do. I literally just know what it itself does. That's it, you know, and I use it for that a lot of times. And that's, you know, that's something that I'm working on and getting better. So I appreciate you bringing that up and bringing that to my attention. I'll see if there's something like that for that. Of course, you know, I'm not necessarily looking for it or anything like that.
No. It was there and I just looked at it. I said,
Right. No, trust me. Same here. I've never seen it, never really looked at it or anything like that or paid attention to it. I'm kind of one of those things. I put those blinders on, and the things I just need, I just be looking for that puppy. But a lot of times, I do miss out on a lot of other good things. So that's why I am trying to get better at, you know, taking those blinders off and serving the area a little better, because I am missing out. I know when I do that. So I'll definitely look into that. And if it's something, I'll definitely get that going. Or maybe the group can save each other money, and maybe
that's what I was going to say. Maybe
somebody do it. You know, I think it's like 12 or 15 of us. Maybe we can pick a partner, and we each other kind of make sure that it works out to where everybody gets the $30 or something like that, and we kind of do it in a circle or something like that. One person refers number one, you know, two refers, you know, however we have to make it work to where it kind of works out to where everybody gets that referral. That'll be a great idea to do. And I'll definitely, you know, refer that to anybody else, any other groups that kind of are getting into this space to do the same thing. So I definitely appreciate you bringing that up and opening my eyes to that system, because of course I haven't paid attention to it, but it has value, you know, so why not? So definitely I appreciate that. And I think that's a wonderful idea if we do that. I don't think necessarily the group needs my help to do that, but if they do, we can set up time for it or whatever, or if we want to do it at the end of this real quick, we can. However, whatever, I definitely want to help with that. But I think that'll be a great idea. Let's do it. Okay. You know, definitely. Let's do it. Let's see. Okay. So just to kind of, you know, saying really, let's really understand our tool, as we understand that anytime we go on TradingView and we start, say I start right here and I want to pull up a trading view. And I hit trading view right here. It's going to always come to this particular home screen right here. And then of course you have to either put in a ticker that you're willing to look in at first, or because if you're signed in and they have you already on your device, your account's already signed in, you can just come and hit your watch list and you should be able to click on asset. And then of course it'll show the asset like this. It'll also allow you to trade now, which means it'll probably connect you to one of their brokers and allow you to start, watching this particular asset. It looks like you can follow this asset also. I don't know what that means. I may try that one day to see what that does, but they give you a little bit of information about it, a little overview, a little bit of chart, not too much, but a little bit, little using the aerial chart. Has the shadow with the line right there. But if you say, you know what, I want a little bit more, or go to where we go to really, really get more information, we go to the full feature chart. Boop. And then this is how we get to this particular space right here. So if anybody was just kind of really wondering, like, hold on, when I pull up TradingView, I don't see no real big chart like this. I see something else, words, numbers, stuff like that, flags and all that. I don't see this. I see this. Well, the way that you get to this is by clicking on this. So just to really kind of know, it may be a little redundant, but I just want to make sure that we have a full understanding of what's going on and how we get to everywhere that we really need to get to. Does everybody kind of have a better understanding of this space that we kind of went over today? Just kind of re-going over it again. It looks like we have taken majority of the class period or the class session to do so. But I think once again, we maybe either went in depth a little bit more on it or just kind of refreshed everything really, really good. So I think the basics or the stuff that we can really, really use to make money off of, we got more and more information on, and we understand it more and more, and we feel comfortable more and more in this space. Do we feel a little bit more comfortable after going over how just basically to use the chart a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
One of the things that I started.
All right, sis, we'll see you later. I did see it in the chat, but everybody is feeling a little bit more comfortable, right?
Yeah, I want to stay a little bit after class just to get my lines together. The blue, red, and the.
You're gonna have to say that one more time, sister. Your audio's breaking up and it's kind of low. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Bit after class to get my lines together. The one that you have that's at the top, the blue one, and then the red, the green, gold.
Oh, okay, yeah. To do that,
we can do that after class. My real question, I said we can just briefly after class if you have a hot second.
Well, I do have a 1 o'clock, so my time after class will be very short. And because this is about the charts and how to use the charts, I can use your actual question right now. There could be somebody else who doesn't really truly understand it and maybe just didn't ask the question. So let's use your question right now. Is that okay?
Okay, and then the second part was the atomic wallet.
Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, we did talk about that yesterday. Okay, so to make this simple, let me first reactivate this by allowing it to be seen by hitting the eyeball. Boom, so I'm gonna do that. So now we can see it, but I wanna kind of remove everything else. So I'm gonna hit the eyeball on my drawings over here.
And then I have another question. Also, can I share my screen so you can see my laptop if I'm on my phone?
Okay. You're gonna have to say that one more time. Your audio was real low again.
I was saying, can I share my screen to show my laptop if I'm on my phone?
Of course. I mean, that will even be even better for us to walk you through that particular thing that you're trying to learn, and you'll be able to learn how to do it, actually doing it. That'll be amazing. So let me do multiple individual sharing, and you should be able to hit your share button at the bottom. Of course, give yourself permission to share, and then afterwards go to that particular application so we can see it, sister.
Okay. Okay. So when I hit share screen, it gives me all these things. Oh, here we go. Screen. Start now. Allow. Change. Okay. Okay. You allow permission. Then what?
There we go. There we go. All right. And you want to share your phone or your laptop?
My laptop. So you can see my
Okay, it looks like you're sharing your phone right now, right?
I don't know. I guess that is what I'm looking at.
It looks like a phone. Yeah, that's a phone. That's a phone. That's okay. Now you just need to go to your laptop. And if you're not on the Zoom on your laptop, you need to go on there. And then, of course, once you go on there, just do the same thing. Hit the share button.
Oh, I can't do the Zoom on my laptop. That's the reason I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. All right. It may be difficult to see it because your phone may be kind of small. So if you like, I'll go ahead and share screen so you can get a better view of it, because they may shortcut or have a different configuration for the mobile phone for TradingView as far as for the desktop or the tablet or the laptop. Is that okay? Okay, so to answer your first question, if you don't already have the EMA picked, go to your FX, type in EMA, and then you want to look for the 20, 50, 100, 200. If that's the one, click on it and then close, and then now it's up there. And then
Okay, EMA. Do we put the 20 and the 50 and the stuff? Oh, no, right?
no, it automatically comes that. You just need to select that particular one.
All right, now I see it. See, that's where I was lost. I didn't see it. Okay.
Right. Hey, listen, that's a great week. The great day. Listen, you asked that question, and that was a great question because we got to find out. Let's find out. Let's really find out. So now once I hover over it, it should kind of let me know all its options, and I can either, of course, hide it by hitting the eyeball. I can bring it back so I can see it. And then now if I hit my settings button, which is this gear next to it, now I can change my colors to what vibes with me or what I like. Me, I like to put the blue at the top.
I'm lost.
I like to put the green right under it. Under that, I like to put the gold, and right under that, I like to put the red. And the main reason I like the red at the bottom is because I like the red to represent to whether or not the asset is really going up or going down. Of course, you can put the green at the top because that'll really say, okay, yeah, well, the asset's doing green. And you can do that too. There's no, however way it works for you, do that color scheme wise, but just know that your plots and how they're set up on this particular configuration or setting, that the plot that's at the top is the one that indicates uptrend, and the plot at the bottom indicates downtrend. So if this plot right here is sitting at the top, it's on a downtrend. If this plot right here is sitting at the top, it's on an uptrend, like it is right here. Meaning if this plot right here was at the bottom, this color, and it's at the bottom right now, it is on an uptrend. So, you know that based upon your top two plots. The other ones will normally follow suit. Is that were you able to get that on your laptop?
No, I'm not even at the colors. I just got EMA.
So were you able to get this over here?
Okay, so I guess with the EMA now I see lines. Okay, so then do I click the line?
No, ma'am. You see my mouse right here?
Yes.
I'm hovering it over here now.
I don't have that. What you're hovering.
On your tablet? Is it a Mac tablet?
No, I have an HP laptop.
Okay. Well, I don't know why you don't have that. It should come right here.
I don't have there's no other like.
So you,
like that. So
okay, so you don't have the word EMA 20, 50, 100, 200?
I have it in my indicator and strategy box. Yes.
Okay, here's a better question. How many indicators do you have up right now? Because I think you're only allowed to have maybe 2 or 3. So if you already have 2 or 3 up, if you've just added this one, it won't show if you're on the free subscription. So what you may want to do, if there's any other things other than your asset right here at the top showing, you may want to come over here and click the exit button and take all of your indicators off. So the one that you are trying to set up right now, you can set up because you only get a limited amount with the free subscription. I think it's 2 to 3. So if you have more than that, it will not come on or show, even though you've come over here and you've clicked on it and tried to activate it. Could that be it?
Yeah, I don't have any indicators at all either.
Okay, so you don't have any indicators right here. So we're good to go. So now we can go back up here and we can type in EMA. Are you able to go up there to the FX button and type in EMA?
I got that. I got FX, indicators and strategies. I typed in EMA. I have the script name, EMA 20, 50, 100, 200.
And you clicked on it?
Okay, click that. Okay, so now it's highlighted blue. It's taking a minute to do whatever it's gonna do. So I'm gonna open.
Now see, with you saying that it's taking a minute, there could be system issues going on because as you can see, if I delete mine right here and I go right back up just to put it up there,
okay,
EMA, and then click on that, there it kind of pops up instantly. So you got it now?
I have the red, blue, green, and gold lines on the page that I'm looking at.
Do you see also these red, gold, and green and blue numbers fluctuating right over here at the top?
No, not those next to the EMA stuff, no.
Do you see this particular, this EMA 2050, 100, 200, and 4 sets of numbers and 4 different colors anywhere on this side or anywhere on your page?
No.
Hmm.
Now let me see something.
And then you can't show me your screen, so I can't walk you through it.
Okay, look, underneath that red and blue box that you had there, I had a number 3. So I just clicked that number 3, and now I see these indicators: red, gold, turquoise. I see the EMA. I see it.
Right, and because you have a number 3 right here, that's indicating that you have a lot of indicators already up. So
Actually,
it may not.
it's
Right. So now that you see this and you're able to hover over it.
So close 2 of them. Okay. I see the X. I'm closing 2 of them.
Okay, perfect. We're getting somewhere. And now when you hover over the EMA 20, 50, 100, is it allowing you to click on the settings?
Yes.
There you go, and there it is.
And now I'm at the color box. Okay.
Right. Right. And now you just pick your colors and just hit okay. The issue you were having is because you're on the free subscription, you only get 2 to 3 indicators, and they will start boxing them up over here, and they'll just be a box with a number and an arrow, and you'll have to click on it to show all the different ones that you have. So if you get into a situation where you can't see your indicators, it could be because you have a bunch of them over here, and now they've decided to box them up, and you got to click on that box over here. So you open them up, and now you can see what's going on.
Right. There was this random 2, then when I clicked the EMA thing, it turned into a 3 in the area where you were. So that's why I went over there to click it, like, what is that? And so it did show me that I kept hitting this button over and over again. So, okay.
But you see right here how I just now, because I've just added a couple of more, now it went from not just being this right here to I've added value. So now I have this little button right here.
Yes, I see that.
So, and that's because I've added indicators. So when I add indicators, I have to do that. And then when I click it down, guess what I just got also? I just got that too that you were talking about. So you start getting multiple indicators, it's going to simplify your screen because it doesn't want indicators showing right here and right here and right here, because you may want to look at the chart at this particular area. You start adding too many indicators, you're going to start taking away actual screen to where you can look at price action and candlesticks or lines. So it's just trying to simplify it and bunch it up. If you see that though, that's where they are. Click on that, and then now you have the opportunity to hover over, and then of course change the settings.
Got it.
We got that? Oh, breakthrough! I love that. I like that.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. Definitely a breakthrough. And I think some other people may have learned something also. You know, I definitely really
Make
you
sure
know.
you hit save.
Say that one more time.
Make sure you hit save.
Right. Definitely. Okay, so what we can do is I can let's see. Do we have any more questions? And what we can do tomorrow, because I do see the wonderful question that Miss Linda has about setting up TD Ameritrade. I would like to help set everybody up on TD Ameritrade and not necessarily have to do it at one time. So can we do that tomorrow? And we'll just set aside at the beginning of the class, everybody set up TD Ameritrade, and then everybody know how to answer the questions to get options and contracts on them. So can we do that tomorrow, Miss Linda? Is that okay?
Sounds like a plan to me. I did have another question though on the ledgers. Because I was looking, I see the Nano S, that's not the Bluetooth.
Right.
And then they're asking me, do I want the kit? Not, I need the kit if I want to trade on my phone, right? But if I just have a laptop, I don't need the kit.
Right. If they are indicating somewhere in parentheses what the kit entails, which is some form of a USB adapter, which they're going to have to bring you a USB cord regardless, because that's the only way you can hook up a non-Bluetooth ledger anyway. So that's going to come with it. But if a kit, it could be as if something else, but just definitely read it. I don't have it, of course, in front of me. And I don't know if you want to share screen on that, but
yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Let's do it.
Yeah, because I don't want to buy something I don't need.
I ain't mad at you, sister. All right, so let me see. Yep, you already set up to where you can share. Go ahead. We ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I messed up. Okay, here we go. I can't really. Can't open it up. Oh, I guess this is it right here.
Right. See these right there, because they know that it looks like, oh yeah, this is if you want different plugs. Like they have a standard, the Android, before Android changed it to the C style. So now they have, so they have the different options right here to where you can go from an Android in to a C style in. And normally this Android in goes inside the actual ledger. And now something like this gives you the opportunity to plug this in right here into the ledger. And this in right here looks like it's a C style. And you can plug that into whatever phone has a C style. This one right here is for a desktop or a laptop that will allow you to plug the USB part into that. And this looks like a C style, or maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, but the one at the top, that's a little, that's at the, yeah, there we go. And if you can scroll, there you go. Oh no, yeah, it looks like two C styles almost, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks like a C style, which is a little weird because the ledgers, to my knowledge, the ones that I received, came with Android N. So it looks like one N needs to be Android. So I don't know about that, but is this going to be something that you may need maybe down the future? Yes. If you're going to say right now, I'm not going to do any of my trading on my phone, I'm just going to do all desktop, all laptop, then I don't think you need it right now. So like you say, if you're not trying to pay for anything right now that you don't need, I needed it because at the time when I made my purchase for my ledger, all I had was my phone. I didn't have a desktop or anything else. So I myself, I didn't even see this, so I didn't buy it. I ended up going on Amazon or something later on and literally buying all those same things to be able to function. But if I would have seen this, I would have purchased this because I would have needed that to make my purchases. If you're saying,
I may not need all three, I might only need one of them, so I could just go to Best Buy and get the one that I need. Right.
You are correct. Now, as a set, as for one, you may go to Best Buy and you may pay like $12-15. So as a set, does it kind of, do you save money and have options just in case there's different devices for whatever reason? You could be saving yourself money. I would just go on Amazon or Best Buy and look at the options for the OTG kits to see how much they're ranging and what comes with them for the price, and to see if you're saving yourself a little bit money and getting a little bit more for your value. So
one thing I noticed too, if I buy a cheap one, it doesn't charge as fast sometimes.
Right. No, you're correct. You're definitely correct. So, it's definitely one of those things to where, like I say, you don't want a discount on eye surgery. You don't want a discount on heart surgery. Certain things you just don't want a discount on. You want to get what come with. Okay, this the whatchamacallit that go for this. Okay, I'm gonna buy this because for this particular thing, I don't want any hiccups. I don't want any problems. I need things to run smooth. This is going to be your money for the future. You need that to run smooth. So whatever makes you feel comfortable, please get it because I want you to be comfortable.
Yep. And I do want to do the call. You made it easier today too, because I was trying to buy shares and it's like, oh, maybe I want to hold off and start with the put and the calls so I can make money daily.
You definitely can. I just, I'm one of those people to where I like to give out, like I'll say, hey, this is a good stock or that is a good stock. I get kind of leery about saying, hey, get in right now. And then also saying, hey, get out right now. I get kind of leery about that because if it doesn't pan out, I just feel so responsible,
Right.
And it's tough because sometimes as a person who I am, I take on a lot of responsibility for a lot of my people sometimes. So it's like sometimes taking on full responsibility is like, oh, it's just a lot because if you don't profit the way that I want you to and the way that you want you to, I could kind of be down about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, damn, man, I got me spending this play. And I didn't really know how much she was going to spend until she did it. And she didn't tell me she didn't spend a couple of thousand. Like, oh, Lord, whatever. And don't pay. And granted, we've been doing pretty good and we've been profitable, yes. But, there are losses. So that we make sure that they're small losses, but they are losses. So I just really, really would wear really heavy. So what I do like to do, though, which is similar to the same thing, is I'll share my screen and I'll be like, oh, look, sundial look like it's ready, y'all. I'm about to get in. You know what I'm saying? And then that's on y'all. I'm not saying, hey, get in. I'm not saying get out. But I am making sure that people are conscious and they're listening. So I'm like, hey, look. Sundown done hit this peak up here. I'm about to put in a put, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm about to start making money going down. And I'll do that. And then I'll be like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna watch it for a little bit because I think it's gonna go down maybe to a certain point right here. But I don't know. But I'm gonna watch it though. Meaning I'm telling you, if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, you also need to be watching it, because I'm watching it, you know, and I'm not just saying, hey, get in and get out. I'm letting you know that, hey, I'm about to get in right here and I'm about to watch it. And I'm letting you know that I'm watching it to a certain point. And I'm also gonna be like, hey, hold on, y'all, let me take profit or let me get out because I feel like it's about to lose a little bit and I don't want to lose that much. So I do that. And that's like something I feel like it kind of works for both of us. And I don't necessarily feel so responsible versus feeling more so like, hey, I just shared some information with you. If you decided to act upon it, that's you, versus you say, well, hey, what do you think? When should I, you know, what stock should I get in? What asset should I get in? What, you know, at what price should I get in? And how long should I stay in there? You know, stuff like that. I don't want to do that. I think that's also illegal. And we're on YouTube, you know, filming and stuff like that, recording. So I kind of definitely don't want to do that because, you know, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I'm just giving my opinion, you know, on what I see, and I'm just recording my experience. That's it, right. You know, but definitely the more and more we get into this and the weeks go on, you're actually not going to necessarily need me for that, because you're going to learn that you're going to see a pattern of seeing me get in at the top to make money going down, and you're going to see me get in at the bottom to make money going up. Plain and simple. Excellent. And be patient for either one. That's really like a real simplified answer to give anybody for any time, for any asset. I'm going to wait for the top. And if this particular asset has futures or contracts or whatever to where I can make money while it goes down, I'm going to make money going down. I'm going to watch it and wait for it to hit a floor. Once I see that it's hit a floor, I'm going to make money going back up. You know, I want to teach the people ceilings and floors, you know, and once they understand the ceilings and the floors, they know the different strategies that they have at their advantage or as their option to use on making money going up and making money going down, you know. But I kind of feel a little uncomfortable about that, even though I would love to, and I would love every time I do it for us to be successful and we make a lot of money, and it's like we're literally making money together. It's amazing. It's so great. And I think we can do that, but just do it in a different way that kind of gives off the same vibe. You letting me know, or like Miss Currency started the day off by talking about roadblocks. You know what I'm saying? So if she gets in roadblocks, I may get in roadblocks too and be watching it when it IPOs. Mr. Gary was talking about the Gilligan tokens and the master nodes. And I know somebody was talking yesterday about the other day about the master nodes. All those different things, at some point in time, I may get in them and make me a little bit of money off of them, and everybody else in the group may too. You know, so we kind of do get information and take suggestions, but we kind of do it at our own risk, which how it should really be. So there's no onus of blame if things don't go the way we wanted to. And there's only an onus of, hey, I appreciate you bringing this stock to the group because I didn't know anything about it and I wasn't thinking anything about it. And when I decided to get in on my own, I was able to make some money. So I appreciate that. That's cool. You know, and kind of keep it like that. Any other questions? I definitely want to take questions at least to about 12:15, 12:20 or so, just so I can relax a little bit before the 1 o'clock starts and I'm not all tired out or talked out or whatnot. But I definitely still want to ask questions or any comments for these next couple of minutes though. See what people think about today and any other things. So I'm definitely ready. Shoot.
Okay. I got only my phone. Is that okay for right now? I gotta get a laptop.
No, listen, in life, I always say we gotta do what we gotta do. You know, and if that's where you're at right now, then that's what you gotta do. I want to be honest with you that once you get a bigger screen to look on, you're gonna be more successful.
Okay.
I'll be honest about that. I'll say that. you know, to kind
I'm
of.
getting one. I just wanted to make sure I could do this without, getting one for right now. It'd probably be about another week or so.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. The stock market and the crypto market will be here next week, brother. You'll be okay. Ain't going nowhere. We got to do it when we do it. I literally right before I started at 8:30 was on the phone with another brother telling him the same thing, because he's for months now, he's been watching the other Zoom that we have, and he's super intelligent, but he's not picking it up that much and not as fast, and that's because he doesn't have great visuals. The only thing he's looking at is his phone, and trying to see me look at the charts and zoom in and stuff like that. You can get some information, but it's totally different. And I think anybody on here who at one point in time was just looking at the phone, but is now on TradingView on their own, looking on a desktop, or even, saying, hey, let me use my big TV that I watch football games on, or my Netflix and chill on, and just add an HDMI cord to it in my tower, and I can use my television and really, really see it, Like I do that sometimes, As a matter of fact, all three of my monitors aren't technically monitors. They're actually just TVs. I just use them as monitors. So definitely, if you already have a flat screen, you're already compatible to use with some form of internet. Really, you may just want to say, to save myself some money, let me just buy a tower. That's what I did. I just bought a tower at first because I already had some TVs. And I just bought a little tower, and I brought that home with a mouse and a keyboard. And I just used my TV at first, and was using that. And then I bought some other little smaller TVs to kind of give me more options, so I'm not always flipping from one application to the next. But I did that gradually. I've added to what I have going on. Like I was just saying yesterday or the other day or whatnot, I bought a laptop, a couple of days ago, But as you can see, I also bought a laptop after I made the 12,000. I didn't buy a laptop before that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not just, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm allowing myself time, and I'm allowing this space to pay for things. Now, of course, you may have to make an initial investment in this space for you to reap benefits for this space to pay for things. Yes, but that's in all businesses that we do. We have to put an upfront capital to get a business started. This is no different. It's just a little different as far as there's no product that you got to hold or anything like that and store, and there's no door-to-door sales. There's necessarily no business to business that has to be done or whatever. You don't have to go meet people or whatever. None of that. You would really just want to invest in some form of a decent computer, that you're not trying to add anything to where it starts getting slow, and decent internet. So as you're reading this ticker right here on the side, it's moving for you live as much as possible versus being on a lag because you got a couple of different things going on at the house, and your internet is good, yes, but because you got so much going on at certain times, say when the kids are there or when the grandkids are there and everybody's on the games, some people are on Netflix and stuff like that. So now your internet starts moving a little slow. Do understand that will affect your price action over here and with your candles developing. So, like I say, what's important? The grandkids or the kids playing games, or you making money so that you can actually pay for those games. So, however your internet set up, it may be certain times, hey, y'all know what I'm on right now. Y'all got to wait. If upgrading the internet right now isn't an option, sometimes we got to make adjustments and we got to make do with what we have, in my opinion, But if we can make it, if the internet right now isn't suffice, and I got the basic package right now. My kids being on the internet at the same time isn't an issue. So I'm good. Like right now, they're at school, so that's not an issue. And I do all my trading throughout the day, majority of the time. When they're not necessarily even here, they're at school. So that's not like a thing of an issue. So it can be worked out. You don't need the best of the best, but I would kind of ask everybody at some point in time, if not invest into a decent tower, invest into a decent laptop. And let's invest into, if it's a laptop, let's invest in something that we can see. We know our vision. We know what's a decent size. We know what we can afford also. And also let's see if we can, at some point in time, get better and get something a little bit bigger, because the bigger the screen, the bigger you can, the more you can see, you know, the less limitations, you know, the less clicking and stuff that you have to do, or trying to fit it in this little small screen, or, you know, stuff like that, because, you know, it just saves you time, you know, which can possibly save you money in the long run. So definitely a great question. No requirements. It would just be a nice thing to see people progress and invest into themselves, and be able to see better, because you will be able to see better, I promise you. But definitely great question. Any other great questions?
Can you use this as a business where you can write that stuff off?
That's a great question. And I had a great conversation with my buddy whose father's been doing this for a couple of years. I want to see if I can sit down with him and get some more information about that so I can answer that question. But I think us as an intelligent group, we can probably on our own kind of look that kind of question up and kind of get a little bit of information and possibly bring tomorrow. And that would be pretty cool if somebody can do that and bring that into the group. And we can kind of go over that a little bit, because I kind of think it is. I always feel like there's some form of a loophole, you know, or a back door and everything. So I don't see why this can't also have one. We're new when it comes to that particular part, so we're learning. So let's see if we can gather some information as a group and kind of bring something in about that. You know, that would be pretty cool. But I think it's possible. I heard him speak of something similar to that, though. To kind of like answer your question, I've kind of heard of something like that. So it's not necessarily out of the realm or something that can't just happen, you know?
Yeah, that would be great.
That would definitely be great, sister. That would definitely be great. But that was definitely a great question too, because that'll definitely save us some money, get us some write-offs, you know? So definitely, you know, let's definitely check on that, because everybody can benefit from that. Everybody. Any other great questions? I like that last. I like the last two, really. I like them all, really. But yeah, definitely some good questions. Any other ones?
So yesterday I was trying to do the atomic wallet.
Audio kind of low. Is that Miss Hudson?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We want to hear everything that you have to say now. Right now, it's you know.
I don't know why my audio is down.
I don't know. It could be the Zoom connection. It's 12 o'clock, so everybody could be Zooming right now. And, you know, it could be where you're located at right now. It could be a couple of different things. We can kind of hear you. It just looked like you were about to say something really important and it was getting lower. So I just wanted to stop you before you start dropping those jewels, and we had to get you to repeat that. So.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. Can anybody else hear it better than, you know, is it, what does everybody else think? Is it?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
It's better? Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay. Okay. So yesterday I was trying to do the Atomic Wallet to get in on the XRP, right, and it kicked me out and sent me an email and told me they gave me my money back. So. Damn. Yeah. Damn.
And listen, that's why I did that post yesterday. And I was telling people, hey, don't get tricked off the streets now. Letting them fool you with, you know what I'm saying, running up XRP and making you think, dang, it's done ran up real nice. Let me take profit. But you end up selling your XRP that you're holding or hodling. Not some XRP that you just bought the other day and you're just trying to trade with and make some money with. And you end up selling your XRP for pennies on the dollar, when eventually XRP is going to be worth dollars, in my opinion, you know? So you got to watch that and watch the little tricks, because this will be the second trick that they tried to pull on us. Remember, before they delisted it, right, you know, which that shook a couple of people out of their XRP and they sold. Now, of course, what's the next way to get people to sell their XRP? Run the price up a little bit. and people take profit right after running the price up on other different assets that have people just in that wave or in that energy of selling assets right now because they're running up in profit and they're running down. So you're like, shoot, XRP running up, I'm gonna hold on to it. And then when it start coming down, I'm gonna sell it. And yeah, you just sold a really, really good asset that you probably bought at 20 cents, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, so 30 cents. Yeah, you just doubled your money, but there was a way to actually quadruple or what I probably can't even say that number right now, you know, your money possibly. So just hold tight, you know, hold tight. Right now, they're just throwing out pennies right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, we're going to wait a little bit more because there could be more in store. You know, there could be more in store. So, no, definitely, there's definitely something going on with XRP, which makes it very interesting to me. Hence the reason why I hold on to it. But as far as Atomic Wallet and so did it, I mean, it probably was on your phone, but was it at least allowing you to go through all this right here?
Oh, yeah. I set it all up and everything, but
Right.
that's why I popped back into the class at the end, because right when I got everything set up and I bought $100 worth of the XRP, it just was like, you can't do it. It didn't go no further than that. It was like, and I didn't understand if it was like no longer available to buy, or if like the app was just too many people at the same time.
Right. No,
When
definitely.
I checked my email this morning, it was saying like, give 3 to 5 business days, your money would be returned. And I was like, oh, okay.
Damn. Okay, well, I'll definitely try and see what's going on with it. And I'll get an Atomic Wallet and see if I can do the same thing and see if I have the same experience. And if I do, I'll definitely stop telling people that Atomic Wallet is allowing people to buy XRP, because that's not technically a true statement. And sometimes I'll tell you, it's regional. It can be regional. Yes, ma'am. Binance was not allowing Floridians to buy XRP way back when I was setting up my Binance USA, my Binance US account. Because they have Binance that's in Europe, and then they have Binance for USA. And for the Binance USA around like either March, April, or May, I was like, damn, I was trying to buy as much XRP as I can because it's like 17, 15 cents. And Binance was telling me that Floridians can't buy XRP right now. So I don't know if it's a regional thing, hence the reason why they did that, because if I go on there and buy, it's going to be real weird, you know. But this is where, in a sense, we have to kind of work together.
Right.
And
I was
there is somebody that is able to buy on whatever website that they're on. Let's see if we can send that person money, and then they send the XRP over to us or whatever asset.
Question for the class. Maria mentioned on Saturday that Kraken was allowing XRP. Was anyone successful with that? Does anyone use that platform?
I tried to
that's not, that doesn't work either. Can't use Kraken.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Not if you're in the United States, you can't.
Right.
Maybe Maria could purchase it.
Because Kraken is an overseas. I think it's also in London or Europe or whatnot. Actually, another site also. And that was one of the sites that I tried at the beginning to get an account on. And of course, my account is not still, for some reason, active. And it could be because I'm in the States and they know it. And it's just tripping like that. So, yeah.
I have a Kraken account. They just won't let me, certain stuff, they just won't let you buy.
Oh, okay. There it is then.
And they won't let you use a debit card either. You either have to transfer crypto in and trade that way, but they don't, or you have to do a
bank transfer?
A wire transfer.
Okay, yeah, a wire transfer. Okay, yeah. And that's the thing, and that just harps on why me and Crumb didn't set anybody up with a crypto platform, because this space is weird right now. It's really, really weird. It's going to take effort and a little bit of extra work on our part to find out where we can be successful at in this space, because not every site is accepting everybody, because we all stay in different regions and different places. So it's just so it's almost impossible to set it up as a group thing in a sense. So that's why I really, really harp on and say, hey guys, hey ladies, find out your region, type your state in, find out which cryptocurrency platform works for you. And if there's options, I would probably sign up on all of them, because it'll be one of those things to where like Robinhood works well for this, but I like TD Ameritrade for that. You know, I like, you know what I'm saying? The platforms all have their different little niches that work well or things that don't work well. So you may have money on multiple accounts. Keep that in mind also. It's no different than having money in different banks. I don't just have one bank. I got a couple of different banks, you know, because I don't like my eggs in one place. I feel unsafe. So it's the same thing as having crypto accounts on different platforms, because actually the cryptocurrency platforms like we were talking about are going to be the new banks, if not the new banks. You know, they're going to insure your money just like the bank. If somebody hacks into a site and your money's on that site, I want to believe if they want people to be comfortable and continue to invest into this space, that if my money or somebody's money gets hacked on a platform, that they're going to return that money as quick as possible. And not just say, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We didn't, you know, we did our best to, keep people from hacking the site, but they still hacked the site. So, blah, like, I don't think they're doing that. Just like the banks ain't doing that. If somebody robs a bank, they're going to be like, hey, they robbed us. You're insured. We'll have the money, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And, you get your money back type thing. But, it's just one of those things. But once we know, and once we have a little bit more experience, we can be prepared for all things that happen. And we don't look at certain things as a bad thing. We just look at it as a thing and we get prepared for it, So definitely. What was I about to say? Great questions, though. Definitely great questions. Any other great questions, definitely please write them down. Email them to me. I'm sorry, say that again.
I have one. Which XRP do I follow on TradingView? The crypto, then there's one that's XRP USD.
I follow the crypto USD. Okay. But as you can see over here, it's going to give you the information for Kraken. This one's going to give you the information for Binance. This one's going to give you the. Say that again.
I can't see your screen.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. As you can see, the different platforms, and I say that all the platforms have their own price. So it's up to whichever platform you choose. There's no right or wrong one. If you're using a Turkish dollar and you're buying it with XRP and that's what you're pairing it with, and you happen to be on Binance, why not use that one? Because that's going to reflect the money that you actually have put in on Binance, and it's going to have Binance's price action over here versus if you were to use the Euro one. It could be off a couple of ticks. You see what I'm saying? So does it matter? It kind of does in a sense, depending on where you're buying yours from and what currency you're using to pair it with. Meaning if you're using the pound to buy crypto, buy XRP, and you're on Binance, this may be the best selection. If you're using Bitcoin to buy XRP and you're doing it on Binance, this one may be. So there necessarily is a right or wrong one. So definitely try and pick the one that's catered to what you have going on. I'm not on Kraken, but I am using USD. I'm not on Bitstamp, but I am using US dollar. So I would maybe most likely use either this one that's showing 37 that, or I would probably use this one, which is showing 37. That, you know, like they're gonna still be all in the same ballpark in a sense. You know, 37 again. You know, there may be a couple of changes on the back end back here, which that does count depending on how much money you're putting in. But for the most part, they will be they will be very close, all of them. So just keep that in mind. It kind of doesn't, but it kind of does. It just all depends. So that was definitely a great question.
You're using Trust Wallet to do your trading, right?
Say that again.
You're using Trust Wallet to trade your XRP or buy?
I use Trust Wallet to get people who didn't have any form of a wallet as a wallet to get people on because it was free and it required least amount of information. I myself use a ledger to hold all of my crypto that I'm holding. Right. All of my crypto that I'm holding that I don't have on any platform is on a ledger. Any crypto that I have on a platform, I'm trading it. So it's on that particular platform, not necessarily on Trust Wallet, which just is a wallet. Can you buy and also sell crypto on there? But it's not really an exchange. It's more so of they're going to really, really charge you fees because they just really buy crypto like you buy it. They just buy more of it and then tax on the top end to make money off of it and allow you to hold it there. But it's not necessarily exchange.
Trust Wallet wants 20 pounds or something.
They want a requirement for you to buy it. Yeah, they don't. You can't buy one XRP. I don't think you can buy one XRP anywhere. Or you probably can, but what does that do to the platform if you just spent 37 cents with it? Nothing.
Oh, it says a one-time fee of 20 XRP. So if I bought it on here, if I bought 100, they would take 20 and I would only have 80.
Because they're charging you a fee. Remember I say they're not really an exchange. They're no different than us. They just have permission to buy a lot of them and hold them. So they just bought a lot of them from a wholesaler and then now they're selling them to you and they're going to charge you a certain amount for you to buy some. That's it. That's how they make their money.
Okay, so I will wait for my ledger.
You can, you know, but it's getting more and more difficult to buy. So if you have a place to buy and have money, why not buy it there? And then once your ledger comes in, you can shift it and move it over to there. Because we would hate for the next couple of days when the ledger comes in and we find out that XRP isn't able to be bought anywhere. You know, if you're still trying to buy something, right? And I just throw that little caveat out there so you're not necessarily waiting if you have the opportunity, because as you can hear, from platform to platform, it's getting more difficult and difficult to buy XRP period. So if Trust Wallet is allowing people to buy XRP, I would definitely buy some. I mean, I will, of course, watch the chart first before I do so. But of course, I would definitely be in the market to buy some because it's difficult to buy some period. So that's like a, you know, like, oh, shoot, I can buy something that people aren't really allowed to buy. You know, that in itself is a thing. Forgot the name.
I'm so glad she brought that up.
Right. No, definitely, definitely. So yeah, let's definitely see if what
So we're saying there's a possibility on the Trust Wallet that we can get some. So
it's a possibility, just like, you know, but we got to go through the whole process like the last sister did and see if they trying to return our money. So, you know, we got to actually go through the process and get it in our wallet to confirm whether or not we can do it. And we have to also put a caveat, how long can we do it? Or could we have just done it just then? And you may not be able to do it tomorrow. I don't know. I don't want to create that scarcity, but from what I'm seeing from platform to platform, this, you know, this platform's doing it, but now they're not doing it. This platform's doing it, now they're not doing it, you know? So I don't know what's going on, but I know that it's a good asset. And if I don't have any and I want to get some, I need to try and get some before I can't get some. You know, because I can always move it after I get it to somewhere that'll allow me to store it. If you notice, pretty much everywhere is allowing you to store it. It's just buying it. You notice that? So buying is the real thing right now. So if you want to, if you like to, definitely buy some, you know, if you feel comfortable on doing so. All right.
I'm just playing around with this app, but I hit buy and it just came up with $150.
Yeah, and it says that they're available at Simplex, but see, Simplex is who gave me my money back from Atomic Wallet.
Right.
It says it's available,
if
but
you can find it, you definitely want to buy it if you can, because obviously you can see they're selling like Jordans. There's only a limited amount. So, but definitely a great question. And like I say, we have the rest of the day to research and see who else is possibly, you know, doing so. And be careful out there, because of course that means you're attaching your credit card or your debit card to these different sites, you know, so definitely be careful, do your research, read reviews and stuff like that. But I mean, why not see if there's another avenue, you know? But that's definitely another wonderful question. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for today. Any other questions, just send them to me. And I'll try and go over them in the email, or we'll save them for tomorrow. Definitely want to make sure that y'all keep me honest about signing up for TD Ameritrade tomorrow, so everybody can get on that platform and start taking advantage of whenever Robinhood is tripping. You can go ahead and go on TD Ameritrade, put you some money over there and start doing some trading over there. But once again, family, I appreciate the wonderful participation, the wonderful vibe and the frequency that everybody gave off today, everybody's mind and their time. I love it. Let's keep that energy going. And I can't wait to see everybody tomorrow, of course, 9 o'clock sharp. Let's send out those screenshots. You know, I want to encourage that. I want to see people on your trading view. Want to see those screenshots. Y'all got my email, send them out. Everybody have a wonderful day and please be safe. I'm going to leave the chat. I'm going to leave the broadcast up for at least the next minute or so, but it's going to be on mute. So if anybody wants to grab any jewels out of the chat, they can do so. Because I don't want to close it down without anybody getting that, because we did get some good information, Roadblock and Gila Games token, stuff like that. So definitely try and get that. And everybody have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace. You do the same.
Peace. Peace.